Nothing like spitting up phlegm right before the mics go on.
Oh, yeah. That's a good feature.
Nice. It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
What day?
I was going to not come in today, Ant.
Really?
The only reason I'm here, my friend, is because this is the first day of your freedom.
Yes.
And I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Oh,
how is it
wonderful.
to be free?
It's great. Had a little celebration last night, but you know something? I'm pretty much not even thinking about it now anymore. That was the goal, too.
Yeah.
Is to just get past it, not think about it, and that's it. Now, it's not even on my head.
Smooth sailing.
Off the shoulders, out of the head.
You got a raise.
Great. Yeah.
Technically, you just got a raise.
Technically, you're absolutely right. Technically, I get to give more money to Barack Obama. It's wonderful.
Wait, we're talking about your divorce. How does it get to Obama so quickly?
I don't know. Let's
keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. Just you have more money in your pocket no matter who's the president.
I hope so. No, it's great. Weight off the shoulders. It's been too goddamn long.
Well, it's been about 10 years.
10 years.
About
Come
10
on.
years.
Come on.
Give or take a year. I don't know. I don't know the specifics, but about 10 years since you decided that you wanted to move on with your life. And then the courts give you an extra 10 years. And now you can officially, according to the courts, Anthony, move on with your life.
Yeah.
Even though you've been through 3 or 4 other relationships since then.
You know.
A long-termer, a summer romance.
Things happen.
A few in between.
Sure. I'm like David Letterman.
A naughty boy.
A naughty boy, David. Naughty.
I woke up to that news today. That was the first thing I heard in the car today.
That was it. Me too. Turned on the news and wow.
And I guess we're going to be breaking the news for some folks. But Letterman, wow, he was being extorted.
Yeah, someone wanted $2 million from him. I guess a former employee or something for CBS.
Yeah,
and,
for 48 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Like a big-time producer for 48 hours.
Yeah, he knew a little information and decided, hey, I'm going to let this information out if you don't give me $2 million.
Right.
So Dave figured the best way to diffuse it, I guess, is to let the information out yourself, and that pretty much deflates the balloon bubble.
It was going to come out anyway. He had to go in front of a grand jury. This David Letterman.
Yeah.
He came up with a scheme, a fake check that his lawyer actually gave this guy.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, that's coming out now too.
Oh, so it was a big sting operation.
It was a huge sting operation. The guy's asking for $2 million, basically saying he knows that Letterman's been sleeping with some staff members or something like that. We're still getting the details, but basically that's about right. And he wanted $2 million, so they set up a little meeting with a fake $2 million check.
Wow.
Letterman wasn't on hand, but his lawyer was. So then the guy grabbed the check and ran, and now he was walking around Manhattan with a fake $2 million check.
First of all, who's going to take a $2 million check like that? Like, you're extorting. You want, unmarked bills.
Unmarked old school bills.
Give me some cash.
Sure.
That's it.
Lots and lots of bags of cash.
Yeah, you want the big suitcase.
Yeah.
The old, parking garage where they open it up, you look.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You got to find a phone booth somewhere in New York City. Go old school.
Old school.
Call from the phone booth and say, look, you give me the money right now.
Then you got to have a few things. All right. Now go to the Museum of Natural History and wait there for the next signal.
Yeah.
You got to do shit like that.
And if anyone's following you, or anyone following me, I should say,
I'll talk about Dave's dick and who it's been in.
He's a naughty, naughty boy.
Dirty, dirty David.
So Letterman went on his show last night to just to reveal all.
Yeah, the tell-all. And the news is the news, again, editing to try to make something look different than it really was.
Well, we get the raw audio from his show.
Yeah.
Because we're going to do it the right way. On the news, when David says, well, yeah, I had sex with whatever.
With staffers, bam, they cut the sound immediately. And just go to, voiceover from the stupid newsreader. And then they show Dave still, talking, but there's no sound. Now, they edited out every single laugh from the audience to try to make it, I think, look more serious. You can see a producer in a newsroom just going, you know what? The laughs kind of take away from the seriousness of this. We can make it look a lot worse and a lot more dramatic of a speech that Dave gave if we just cut it right after he says the big, reveal, and you get no laughter from the audience.
Right.
Meanwhile, the audience was laughing because they didn't know if it was a joke or what.
Yeah, David is spilling his guts last night, and the audience is laughing because, they think it's part of his thing.
They think it's some kind of wacky Dave bit.
Right. But Dave has a way of doing that.
Yeah.
When he has to talk about serious stuff, he gets the jokes in.
Yeah.
And gets some laughs out. I was wondering why my boys over at Letterman haven't been in contact with me for the last month.
Yeah.
We all know them.
Yeah. This
a couple
is
guys over there, and they went cold. I mean, they have been not around.
Yeah, I guess the scheme's been brewing for a while.
For a long time, and everyone was. I guess everyone went to the mattresses.
Yeah.
So let's start. This is Letterman last night, and it's some good audio, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad you folks are here tonight, and I'm glad you're in such a pleasant mood because I have a little story that I would like to tell you and the home viewers as well. Do you feel like a story?
He's shitting right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's just shitting right now. It's like, you feel like a story? They're like, yeah. And he's like, oh, God, I got to fucking say this.
This is the last thing he wants to talk about.
God, Dave's a very private guy.
Oh, my
Everyone
God.
knows that.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And this is like,
This
is the last thing.
Even when you do his show, you feel like you didn't do the show. Because
You just
there's no real connection with the guy.
No, when you're sitting in the seat and talking, it's like,
it's nice.
All right, there it is. It's Dave. You're talking, and then you're done. It's over.
Oh, yeah, they show you the back door real fast.
That's it. You're out of there. Dave's out of there. It's done.
Next thing you know, you're on the streets of New York trying to get a cab like every other schmuck.
Yeah, going, was I just done Dave Letterman?
There's nothing special about it in the end.
No.
You're just back to being a typical New Yorker.
Wait a minute. I think I just taped David Letterman. Why am I out here fighting for a cab?
Anthony, this just in. Not good. Rat Spit from Pal Talk.
Rat Spit.
Opie, I know you and Bob Kelly were matching the hatch. I want $2 million or I'm going public.
Oh, shit. Dude, you get the guy the money, bam, boom.
A lot of people
get your cup of coffee.
A lot of people asking what's the next Greg and Bobby video going to be. Well, I figured it out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a video of me choking Bobby.
That's good.
Because
Hurry up. His neck's getting bigger.
Yeah, no kidding. He calls me up yesterday. He goes, Dad, are you sick, dude? I go, yeah. Me too, dude.
Oh, see?
He's sick, too.
It was the standing in fucking cold water with a cold rain coming down in your head.
No, but they've been arguing about that on my Twitter for days. I get sick because the temperature changes. That's all I know. Dude, I'm sick, too, dude. What do you have? I got a stuffy nose. Me too, dude.
Dude, just lay back. You medicate. You get your coffee. Boom. You're feeling better the next day. Sweat it out, dude.
Right. That's exactly what
Shut
I'm
up.
saying. You have a scratchy throat? Yes. So do I, dude.
Dude, bam, boom.
Yeah. I guess he's on tour with Dane Cook. I think he flew out yesterday, so.
Did he?
We won't be seeing him for a couple months. All right, back to Letterman.
Yeah.
This started 3 weeks ago yesterday, and I got up early and I come to work early, and I go out and I get into my car, and in the back seat of my car is a package I don't recognize and have never seen before, and don't usually receive packages 6 in the morning in the back of my car. I guess you can. I guess some people do. So I get to
I gotta stop. So.
Yeah.
6 in the morning?
Yeah.
So he was at his home, I would assume.
I guess.
So that's kind of creepy because,
Yeah.
I mean, David Letterman doesn't live like, you and I, meaning, he's got all sorts of, gates and
Security, things like that, yeah.
I don't think it's easy to get into David Letterman's driveway to drop a package off in the backseat of one of his cars.
Why is he leaving his cars open?
Is that what you think?
Yeah,
well,
why
I
would he
guess
do
so.
that?
I guess you're right.
Leave the locks, lock the doors.
looking through it, and there's a letter in the package, and it says that I know that you do some terrible, terrible things, and I can prove that you do these terrible things. And sure enough, contained in the package was stuff to prove that I do terrible things. At 6 in the morning, and maybe this looks better to you at noon.
It was on Bushido.
But 6 in the morning, all you can think about is every terrible thing you've ever done in your entire life.
It's funny, man.
He's killing. I have a feeling that the audience at this point thinks he's just fucking around.
I think, they think he's just
the laughs
fucking
are
around.
too hearty. Like, oh, what are you getting at?
It's very Rupert Pupkin-ish, where Rupert comes out and talks about how he tied up Jerry and put him in a hotel room so he can, do the show. And everyone's laughing like, oh, this is part of the bit.
Oh, my God, it's exactly like that.
And he goes, no, but you'll find out in the morning that this is real.
Right,
and,
right.
And they're all laughing, but it was true.
That's exactly what this is all about.
It's a Rupert Pupkin moment.
I think the audience is just thinking that he's setting up some big one-liner, bam, like he's... And then Paris Hilton,
Paris Hilton.
Or whatever, Lindsay Lohan. But, he's trying to be serious.
Yeah.
It continued.
And he's going to take all of the terrible stuff that he knows about my life. And he seems to, in this packet, there seems to be quite a lot of terrible stuff he knows about.
Wow.
The crowd has no idea that he's spilling his guts.
They're just laughing.
David Letterman's been living in fear for God knows how long. He's finally coming clean with this whole thing. He had to talk to the grand jury. And the audience is just laughing, thinking he's setting some Obama joke up.
Yeah.
So then Sarah Palin.
I get it. Okay, this is where the joke was going.
Oh, Dave, that's a long way to go to
Yeah, but it's
to go after Sarah
Dave.
Palin.
So you know what? It was a very smart move about this speech. You can tell this is pretty well calculated.
Right.
Saying terrible things, terrible things, so that people you got it in your head like, oh my God, what the fuck did this guy do? And outlining all of the terrible things I did. You're boggled thinking, did Dave kill somebody? Is there something like you don't know? It's like I murdered somebody. I chopped them up in a hotel bathroom.
Right.
I was weeping.
Right. There's so much going on here.
Yeah. So that when he comes out with the fact that it was sex,
right,
you're almost like, oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Like it lowers the expectation of what these terrible things are.
Imagine it was that he killed somebody, and he has like is it R. Bud Dwyer or
Bud Dwyer? Yeah.
An R. Bud Dwyer moment live on TV last night.
I was in a hotel with a hooker.
Yeah.
I killed her. I choked her. I called up Paul Schaefer, and we cut her into tiny pieces. It's serious. And then I dumped her body in the Hudson River. No, it's all true. These were terrible things. I've been a serial killer for most of my life. It started killing and mutilating small animals as a child. But finally, this gentleman found out the terrible things I did through DNA, because I would normally have sex with the corpses. No, please don't laugh. I would normally also pose the dead hookers' nude bodies in provocative positions on the side of highways. These are just a few of the terrible, awful things I did. Some missing children, I am responsible for them. I've always been this way. There's no cure for it. I just wanted to, let this out because someone's extorting me that I probably have killed upwards of 50 to 60 people. And the audience is laughing. It's just a horror story.
What a stupid audience. Hey, Dave, we feel for you.
Jesus Christ.
We here at the Opie and Anthony Show feel for you, my friend.
Yes.
The fuck, you had the dumbest audience possible last night.
Horrible thing.
They're just laughing, thinking he's getting to a Sarah Palin joke or something.
Here it comes. Oh, who's he going to goof on with this joke?
Right.
Quite a lot of terrible stuff he knows about.
It's the same bit we just did.
Quite a lot of terrible stuff he knows about. What terrible
They're
thing.
laughing at that. That's funny. No, really. He has some shit on me here. Unbelievable.
Quite a lot of terrible stuff he knows about. And he's going to put it into a movie unless I give him some money. Yeah. I'm like you. I think, really, that's a little, and this is the word I actually used, that's a little hinky. So I get to the office and I say to myself, I hate doing things like this, but maybe I'll call my attorney. So I call my attorney, and he takes a look at it, and he says, well, let's schedule a meeting with the guy just to see what he has in mind. So there's a meeting with the guy, and it turns out, yes, in fact, he wants a large sum of money, or he's going to produce this screenplay of all the terrible things that I do. Embarrassing, terrible things. So at that point, my attorney and I say, wow, this really is hinky.
What the fuck? I mean, obviously he's trying to make light of it a little bit.
Yeah.
But he is trying to be very serious.
Very serious. He's really doing a great job, though, at turning an extortion plot against him with some embarrassing information into something that it's like, you're not sitting there going, oh, my God, this is so creepy. You're laughing.
Yeah.
It's like, Dave's a dirty boy. All right, whatever. Yeah. You know, but me and a few of my associates had to flush a bloody bunny suit down the toilet. It was an awful moment. It's very hard to chop up a hooker. Isn't it, Paul? Yeah, David. Yeah. Very hard to get through the bones when you're sawing a hooker apart with a hacksaw. But I became very fond of this practice, and there were terrible, terrible things I did. One time, I drove around wearing a woman's head as a hat for many hours. The audience just laughing at his horror stories.
No kidding, man.
I beat a hooker with another dead hooker's arm one night. These are terrible, horrible things. They were a little hinky. When I choked that woman to death. It was hinky.
He's been living in fear, and the audience is just kind of laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave.
I wonder if he thought it was going to go like that.
Right.
I wonder if he thought it was going to be like, gasps and groans.
Remember when after 9/11 he went real serious, but he threw a couple little jokes in, and he got some laughter. When he had to apologize for the Sarah Palin thing.
Yeah.
Pretty serious, but he got a few little jokes in. I think that's exactly what he was going for here. Look, I'm telling you something that's pretty damn serious. And then, he knew he'd get a couple laughs in there.
Right.
But they're laughing after every sentence.
Yeah.
They're laughing at the whole thing like, this can't possibly be true.
Well, that's just it. Yeah, they're laughing too much.
Right.
To the point where they are waiting for that, like you said, that Obama joke or something.
Palin or fucking.
And, the person extorting me, Barack Obama.
Right.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Why would Barack be extorting you, Dave?
And the person I had sex with, Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, right, Dave.
Little hinky. Hinky.
Let's get back to the audio.
You dirty, dirty Dave.
Let's see how long it takes for the audience to actually get it.
To realize?
Now, I don't think I've mentioned the amount up till now, but he was asking $2 million.
It's like, look, dude, he just said a guy's extorting him for $2 million. The guy,
I don't
audience
care.
goes, and then starts laughing.
I'd have to see the video unless he made the wackiest face ever.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't be laughing after the
Yeah.
fact that he just told you how much he was being extorted for.
I was in the back of a limo with Barack Hussein Obama drinking, and I had oral sex with him after having cocaine. I had powdered cocaine.
Yes.
He had crack cocaine. And I believe, what was the city?
Gurney, come on.
It was in Gurney.
Gurney.
It was something hinky was going on in Gurney. As they laugh at his extortion.
We got Larry King checking in right away.
Oh,
A fellow
Larry.
broadcaster. Larry.
Good evening, Anthony and Opium.
Opium.
What's
Thank
up,
you, Larry.
Mr. Letterman, when exposing all the skeletons in your closet, how important is the laughter?
That's pretty good, man. Oh, yeah. Let's say hi to Brian in Philly. Brian.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
Hey, how funny would it have been if the horrible, embarrassing things that Dave did turned out to be a clip of him interviewing Opie and Anthony?
That's horribly embarrassing. I actually, very embarrassing. I have a vault under my house, and I keep nude women down there to have sex with. One of them got pregnant, and I would regularly beat them. She had a child who I then continued having sex with. A horrible, terrible thing. That fucking audience is great. Wow.
Fucking audience.
Asking $2 million.
It's our bit.
Was that the foreigners?
Getting applause breaks
He's getting an applause
for an
break.
extortion plot.
$2 million. Oh, yeah. Oh, applause break. It's great. For the price of extortion. For the price of the extortion, they gave him an applause
He
break.
just got an applause break for living in fear for who knows how long, wondering what this wacko's going to do next.
Oh, my God.
Fuck.
There was very embarrassing details of pink socking was going on. Prolapsed vaginas and anuses. Yeah. And I actually sucked out a woman's womb with a Coke bottle like Fatty Arbuckle. Shit.
And by the way, this is not your story of the day.
No.
This is not your story
Wow.
of the day.
Who did Sully fuck?
Good old
Is that
Sully.
Sully on that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're flying at an altitude of 35,000 feet. We're now at cruising altitude. And by the way, I've had sex with some airline employees. I'm a member of the Mile High Club. As a matter of fact, the reason I didn't leave the plane when it was in the Hudson right away, I was fucking a stewardess. But I got to tell you, folks, we are on schedule to get to South Carolina. Going to be a smooth flight, but I'm being extorted for $2 million. Can you believe it? Right now, I'm getting a handy from a flight attendant.
Is that the top story?
No, it's
The
not.
cabin laughing at Sully.
Stupid
confessing?
Sully. They made a big deal of him flying yesterday. You know, he flew up from North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I
Flew on
supposedly.
September 11th.
He flew on September 11th.
Yeah, that was
too.
his first flight.
All right. So I guess the big deal was he was doing the same flight that,
Same run. Yeah.
that ended up in the Hudson River.
From LaGuardia.
I was thinking he should have, really show how special he is and do it again.
Yeah, do it. Come on.
You know, when you do something really crazy and your friends go, do it again.
Oh, that's
If you think
good.
you're so good, do it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Captain Sully speaking. I just want to say that I have since again landed on the Hudson, although it was Kate Hudson. That's thank you. Thank you very much, Kevin from Connecticut.
Let's get back to the audio here. It just keeps going on, and I'm just waiting to see when the audience takes him
Starts
seriously.
gasping.
Yeah, a little more gasping, less laughter.
So the check is turned over, $2 million. And now this guy is walking around New York City with a phony check for $2 million. And the idea is now, although he's given no guarantees, he's still saying, well, you never know. I may just go ahead and write the books, may just still go ahead and write the screenplay. So for that guarantee, he's got a phony check for $2 million. So this morning I did something I've never done in my life, and it was a combination of just unusual and scary. This whole thing has been quite scary. I had to go downtown to testify before the grand jury. Yeah. And I had to tell them how I was disturbed by this. I was worried for myself. I was worried for my family. I felt menaced by this. And I had to tell them all of the creepy things that I have done that were going to be... Well, now, why is that funny? That's, I mean...
See, look, and they laugh at him saying...
They're still laughing.
I
thought they were turning around a little bit there.
He goes, now, why is that funny? And they laugh at that.
Yeah.
At that point, I really sincerely think he's kind of going like, the creepy, terrible things I did. No, wait, why is that funny? No, really, assholes?
Amazing.
It's not funny. I did terrible things.
It really isn't funny. I thought at that point the audience was kind of looking at each other going, wait a minute, I think he's serious.
Yeah.
But then they went back to the laughter.
Here's Dave.
I'm sorry. I did so many bad things. I tried to do the right thing, but I'm weak. I'm too fucking weak.
Show me how you suck a guy's cock. The last time I'm going to ask you.
Oh, Dave.
Show me with your mouth. Show me with your mouth.
Oh, good gravy, Dave.
We got more audio of David Letterman spilling his guts on his show last night.
I was
Let's go back to the real audio here.
Yeah. So the idea is if they believe, in fact, a crime has been committed, then they issue a warrant, and that's exactly what happened. And a little bit after noon today, the guy was arrested. Now, of course,
it's real.
We get to what was it? What was all the creepy stuff that he was going to put into the screenplay and the movie? And the creepy stuff was that I have had sex with women who work for me on this show. Now, my response to that is, yes, I have. I have had sex with women who work on this show.
No laughter with the sex.
And would it be embarrassing if it were made public? Perhaps it would. Perhaps it would. Especially for the women.
He's getting a big laugh.
Little joke in there, especially for the women. A little, self-deprecation.
Right.
Kind of a thing. What do you think he was doing? Like, because there's obviously there is graphic detail of these liaisons that he's had.
He was having sex at work, probably.
Yeah, but you think like straight kind of just fucking sex, or was it like blowjobs in his office?
I'm sure there's some kink.
Because there's got to be something going on, things
kink.
like that. Little ass. You think some ass?
Yeah, a little ass.
A lot of details going to be coming out. I was had the women gaping. They were gaping as I drove it home, as they say. I actually had our own band leader, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Schaefer, tickled my balls while I was having sex with a lot of these women. It was fantastic.
Hey, Dave, you got a top 10 list tonight?
Yeah, the top 10 creepy things that David Letterman did. Number 10, put his dick in cadavers. Number 9, I pulled the booyah. Number 8, I had anal sex with Larry Bud Melman. Number 7, I pink socked an NBC intern or CBS or wherever I work. Number 6, I have a foot fetish, but detached feet. See, they have to be cut off. This one, wow, a little embarrassing. Number 5, one word, docking. Number 4, shit dick. Number 3, pre-cum on Paul Schaefer's head. Number 2, masturbated into guest's coffee cup. And the number 1 creepy thing I did, Buttafuoco.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me take you inside the show. That was just done on the fly. That was just done on the fly. Imagine if we actually wrote that ahead of time. Holy shit. The stress we were all feeling trying to get to number 10.
I know. It's like, uh-oh. How many are left? How many creepy things can we come up with?
On the fly, motherfuckers.
Jesus Christ.
Your workhorses are here today at this fine company called Sirius XM Satellite Radio.
Roof. God damn, what a fucking dirty boy Dave is.
Oh, he's
that's
like,
great. You know what he is?
He's like
He's
every other
guy.
man walking this fucking planet.
He's a guy.
Right.
You know, a guy in a position of power who at some point decided, you know something, I'm a little horny.
Right.
So he was able to knock some off. I'm sure it was consensual.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Rapity.
Rape. That was fucking Patrice's thing. And Whoopi's getting a lot of exposure for the rape.
It wasn't rape.
Right.
It was, it was rape, but it wasn't rape.
Right.
Oh, it was rapity.
That's a Patrice bit.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday.
Oh, you were?
How
Okay.
she just kind of used that, and I was like, wait a minute, Patrice did that whole rapity thing.
Yeah. Phil McCracken.
Oh, Phil McCracken.
Lemon Party. We could have worked in there.
Lemon Party.
And he also wrote, I face fucked Tub Girl.
Tub Girl. I know, Dave. What'd you do?
I know.
I put it in a vagina.
Keep fucking that chicken.
That's what he did. Broke her hymen.
I know.
I know. Davey, right in the freckle.
I know.
Aye, Dave, I know.
I know.
How many people did he get in a vagina?
See, I got my haters. This idiot writes, on the fly by Ant. Opie has nowhere near that talent.
What?
Really? I wrote half of those, fuckface. Go away.
I know.
Vagina.
I love these idiots that think they know how a radio show works. Go somewhere else, you dope. Here's the last clip from David Letterman last night.
But that's a decision for them to make if they want to come public and talk about the relationships. If I want to go public and talk about the relationships. But what you don't want is a guy saying, oh, I know you had sex with women, so I would like $2 million, or I'm going to make trouble for you. So that's where we stand right now. I just want to thank the people at the Special Prosecution Bureau and the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, Robert Morgenthau, who is head of that. It's been a very bizarre experience. I feel like I need to protect these people. I need to certainly protect my family. I need to protect myself, hope to protect my job, and the friends, everybody that has been very supportive through this. And I don't plan to say much more about this on this particular topic. So thank you for letting me bend your ears.
Wow.
I know what you're saying. Won't be darned, Dave's had sex. That's what the grand jury said also. Really? You've had sex?
You think there's more to this?
Wow. Well, there's probably going to be
some more details coming out.
Details about how many instances over how long a period of time. Are any of these women going to come forward with any kind of sexual harassment?
Yeah.
Lawsuits against Dave? Or was it, completely consensual and they're fine with it? Or are they going to see a money-making opportunity for themselves? Were they ugly? That's a biggie, too. I'm sure we want to see the type of quim that Dave's getting by being David Letterman. I mean, I think that would be kind of cool to see, what he's getting. Are they, fresh out of college interns? Or are they...
frumpy?
Executive producer kind of women walking around in their smart suits and outfits.
Nothing wrong with an ugly one every once in a while.
Fatty?
Cleans
David
the palate.
Fatties, maybe?
Cleans the palate, my friend.
I had a tryst with a fatty. A fatty.
Let's say hi
fantastic, Dave.
Jeff and Indy. Jeff?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, and the number one creepy thing I did was I matched the hatch with Bob Kelly in Jerkwater, USA.
That's creepy, all right.
Dude, you're inky too. Yeah, I am, Bobby. So am I, dude.
Dude, you got your coffee.
You got your NyQuil, dude. Put in your coffee.
You bing, bang. You're having sex with the people you work with. Someone extorts you. Boom. You go on the air. You expose the whole thing. Dude.
If you decide to watch the final installment of the Greg and Bobby fly fishing extravaganza, I just want to make sure you pay close attention when Bobby has a trout on the line.
Oh, really?
He looks completely retarded.
That's not hard for him to do. Why? What is it? He's making funny faces?
Yeah, big time. Because it takes a while to kind of like pull in the trout.
Reel it in.
And he's just staring. You got to see how he just stares at the water.
Yeah.
It's completely retarded. Well, there you go. That's a hell of a way to start the Friday show.
Wow.
Huh?
Dirty Dave. That's good. You know what? Good for him. Doing some of that fucking.
Yes.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Oh, look at this fucking.
It's a lot further in. That's That's Tony. Go to Opie Radio on YouTube.
What do you got? Fishing
Subscribe,
poles
will
in
ya?
your vehicle there?
Yeah, it could poke an eye out.
Bent and
Well, that's our car ride because we had to go to a second spot. Okay, this is Bob Kelly. Look how he's staring at the water.
Yeah, look at him. He's waiting to see the pop up.
Look. He's.
Look at him. He's fixated.
Look at him.
Wow, he looks like a.
He's so excited that he's got a trout on the line.
Look at that little thing.
No, actually, as far as trout go, that's a biggie there.
Is it?
That's a good size for that river.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I an angler?
Tony, is that a good sized trout?
This is a very good sized trout.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony said so, Ant. He didn't say that with the other two that Bobby caught.
All right.
15, 20 inches? Well, I don't know. 30 pounds?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
And then what? They just take the hook out of his mouth and let him
A
go?
little catch and release. What are you going to do with a trout? What are you going to do? Who knows how to
Eat it.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Look at that fish.
Let me see that, Tony.
Look at the poor thing is going.
That is why we're out here.
See, as far as trout go, that's a nice
That is
size
why
one.
we're out here.
All right, whatever.
Yeah, there he goes.
By the way, the next extravaganza, I have finally figured it out.
Yes.
And it involves my my radio partner, Anthony Cumia.
Yeah.
We're finally going to shoot guns together.
We got to hit the range.
We're going to hit the range, and it's going to be Greg and Tony or Tony and Greg. I don't give a shit.
Whatever.
Doesn't matter. Tony and Greg's fucking gun shooting extravaganza.
Well, gun shooting. We'll take out some of the AR-15s, the old AK-47.
Coming soon.
A few of the other rifles, and just blast them off.
Yep.
That'll be fun.
We're going to be just two men.
Men
shooting our guns
down at the range.
We're going to take our first break. Busy show.
Yes. Who's coming in today?
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
With
always
Vinny
fun.
Brand. From
Vinny
Stress Factory.
Brand?
Yeah, Vinny's good, though.
No, I know.
And he's friends with Bill, so he said, do you mind if I come in with Bill? I said, come on in, man. You know? And then David Duchovny, our old friend.
Ooh, he's another one that's had his share of naughty.
He got his whole life back together, though. I think he
Did he?
I think he got his family back together. I think he spent the summer reconnecting with his family by going cross country. I want to ask him about that.
Yeah.
Supposedly he rented an RV and
Get the fuck out of here, really?
I think so.
Did that whole thing?
And just took off.
Where you just kind of stuck with your family for 3,000 miles or so, 6,000 round trip?
Wouldn't you want to do that for real? I know you drove cross country once with your
Couple
pals.
of times.
But it was an all-out, we got to get there as soon as possible. Wouldn't you like to just...
I did another one, though, earlier with my dad. Yeah.
And you guys took your time?
Oh, yeah. We took the northern route
How
there.
many days?
Probably about a week.
Oh, that's not too
Took
bad,
the northern
right?
route there, saw Mount Rushmore.
How cool is Mount Rushmore?
Badlands. It's pretty fucking cool at night, all lit up. Looked really cool.
Does it look small when you're there? Because let me explain. Because when you see
far away,
when you see the pictures, it's all about the heads.
Yeah.
So they look enormous, obviously, in perspective of the picture you're looking at. But I would imagine if you're in the area that it actually isn't as impressive because they have to be smaller and there's other mountains in the area and rock faces.
It's more so that you're far away, or at least I was from the observation point that I was at. It was a little further away.
Still cool
So
as hell,
they
though,
kind of
right?
looked a little smaller than I would have expected. But yeah, cool. You know, you're seeing a monument. And then the Badlands in South Dakota were pretty cool. It just looks like another planet.
Yeah.
And then we just cruised and went to Wall Drug, South Dakota.
What's that?
It's one of those places, or Minnesota, I forgot where it is. It's one of those places where there's signs like hundreds of miles before you get there. Wall Drug. And then you finally get there, and it's, just kind of they got games and a gift shop.
Oh,
and,
really?
Yeah. Kind of a big touristy attraction. Yeah, that's Badlands. Wow. Like, looks really sick, dude. Really fucking crazy rocks.
Right
and,
on, man.
That's where bad guys used to go. That's why they call it the Badlands. It's where outlaws used to go to hide out because no one would really go there.
Right.
There's nothing there. It's pretty barren shit.
Oh, that's cool. That's something I want to still do.
And then took the southern route back and stopped off at the Great Meteor Crater. Mm-hmm. Saw that one.
Is that
in,
cool?
Arizona. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Could you
when
walk
realize
into it?
It's, no, they have some. You might
There's
got to
be some
now.
kind of.
There's something on the rim, an observatory on the rim,
How
and
big-
a gift shop and shit like that. It's like a mile across or something like that, or a couple of miles across.
So if you were seeing, let's say, Giant Stadium from the air,
Yeah.
it's way bigger than that.
Oh,
then.
fuck yeah.
That's
Dude,
fucked up.
That is where a meteor fucking hit the Earth. And it's really cool to watch. That's the road going in. And the building on the side, you can see the huge size of it.
How deep does that go down?
Maybe 2-3 feet. Perhaps. Yeah, I used to know a lot more about it. I kind of forgot over the years. And then the Grand Canyon, of course, we saw that. But yeah, that was pretty cool to see.
What was the coolest thing you saw out there?
Yeah, probably the Grand Canyon.
Still the Grand Canyon?
Yeah. That was cool, though, because just the fact that, that was made when a fucking meteor hit the Earth. That's like, other planet shit right there.
Why can't they just turn it into a big swimming pool for everybody?
Fill it with water.
For everybody to enjoy.
And there's fragments. You could still see, like, in aerial shots where the splatter, I guess is the best way to put it.
Right.
Where the rocks just shot out. Killed everything, I think, within a 100-mile radius at least. Instantly.
That's very cool. All right.
Yeah, don't know how old it is either, but pretty cool.
We got Jocktober. We got Bill Burr coming in soon.
Jocktober.
And believe it or not, sorry, David, but we have your story of the day, and it's not the David Letterman thing.
I'm stunned.
The news is all over the David Letterman thing because I don't know
Yes.
how they could handle the story of the day, to be quite frank.
I don't know either. In great detail, it would be very difficult to do the story of the day. I know which one you're talking about, and I do dub that story of the day.
It has to be.
Wait a minute. maybe it's the same story. Maybe that's one of the terrible things Dave was doing. Oh, you know, something tells me it was, and you're going to hear it.
It involves more head.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Let's go to break. Opie and Anthony.
Okay. Opie and Anthony. Well, I wonder if Letterman's going to get a little bump in the ratings for this one.
Wow, of course he will.
He's all over. I mean, you cannot look at the news without his face popping up there. And
it's in heavy rotation, this story today.
Oh, yeah.
And he just, had Obama on a week ago?
Yeah.
He was talking to Obama knowing that the shit was going down with the extortion thing.
Like, yeah. Dirty boy.
Naughty boy.
Naughty.
Got Bill Burr stopping by, Vinny Brand from the Stress Factory, David Duchovny stopping in. Californication starting up, I think, this weekend. It's a show I watch, and I like that Californication big time. Yes. And I don't even remember where the show left off because it's been so long. I think his wife, his ex-wife, but they still have sex.
You got to do the marathon.
I think she was leaving for New York was the last episode I saw.
You do the marathon, you catch up, and then
no, I saw every episode. But the problem with these cable shows, they take forever to get you a new season. Remember what The Sopranos did?
I know.
By the time the new season hit, you're like, I don't even remember where they were up to before this first episode here.
That was because they wanted to do that because they didn't want to tie up any loose ends, so they pretty much forgot about the previous season.
Amazing.
Bastards.
I'll tell you, one show I'm digging is Curb Your Enthusiasm. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, I know.
They are on. They got
Great.
2 done already.
Yeah.
Seen the first 2, and they're getting ready to bring the Seinfeld cast back.
Seinfeld thing.
They're kind of teasing that right now, but I'm not sure if this Sunday they finally make their appearance or not.
Yeah, they
but,
do. It starts
it is this Sunday?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That fucking Larry David. And you could tell the guy's barely acting. He's just being himself.
Oh, I know. You could tell that's exactly the guy he is.
He's just a prick in real life.
He gets all agitated.
Yeah.
So easily.
Your new movies this weekend. A reason why we're mentioning them, we don't mention them every Friday, but Zombieland's coming out. 90% positive reviews on RottenTomatoes.com.
I want to see that one.
What do you know about this Zombieland?
Zombies.
Well, of course.
Killing zombies.
But what's the twist, though? What makes this zombie movie better than the rest of the zombie movies that came out?
Woody Harrelson's in it.
Harrelson.
Yeah,
the problem with Woody Harrelson, when you see him in movies, you go, wow, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
He's one of those actors that kind of takes you out because you're like, oh, that's Woody Harrelson.
Really?
Not the character that he's playing.
I think it's...
No Country for Old Men, right?
Yeah,
he was in that. And,
yeah.
and it kind of took me out of the movie because I'm
Did
thinking,
it really?
oh, Woody Harrelson. Yes. I wasn't thinking the role he was playing.
I thought he was pretty good in that one.
No, it's no fault of him. He's a great actor, but he's been in so much stuff at this point that, I don't know.
Yeah, you must survive Zombieland.
Californication started 2 weeks ago. That's impossible. Did it?
Is that the trailer?
It started last week.
Oh, it did? Okay. Yeah. Well, I got to... Wow, really? Some fan I am.
It's the trailer for Zombieland? See what this is about. I want to see this. I like any zombie movie.
Harrelson playing the banjo at a supermarket.
Kid there with a shotgun.
And here comes the first zombie. Takes the banjo and...
Whammo! Welcome to Zombieland.
Nice.
It's like a greatest hits collection of nightmares.
Well, you work all day while you want to play. At the end of the day, when your work is done, you ain't got nothing but fun.
Gotta enjoy the little things. I'm not easy to get along with. And I'm sensing you're a bit of a wuss.
We're actually one of the few non-zombies left because we always play it safe.
Drive slow, keep your eyes peeled.
Bummer.
We got taken hostage by a 12-year-old.
Well, girls mature way faster than boys.
My sister and I are gonna do whatever it takes to survive.
I love you. Love me too.
I haven't cried like that since Titanic. My mother always told me, someday you'll be good at something. I don't think she could have guessed that something would be zombie killing. Time to nut up or shut up. Oh, I love this song.
How about we play the quiet game?
I've actually been meaning to ask you.
You never play the quiet game?
All right. Little banter.
All right, this movie looks really good.
She's single, right?
It's probably more visual, but
You ever read that book, She's Just Not That Into You? What do you think?
I just love when they kill zombies. I don't know why. It's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
right on, man.
I want to see that.
Absolutely.
It's got that chick from fucking Superbad.
Yeah.
Is in there. And then the little girl from...
Is that Michael Cera?
I don't think so. Everybody
kinda
thinks
looks
it
like
is,
him,
yeah,
right?
but I'm not. I don't think it is.
Yeah, and half the scenes it looks like him, and then the other half you're like, no, that's not him. So it's a comedy too, right, Ant?
Yeah,
a lot of action, but a lot of comedy as well.
Bill Murray is in it.
Uh-oh.
As himself.
Oh, all right.
Okay, I hope he dies a horrific zombie death.
Oh, intern Paul saw it last night.
And?
I'm saying. Well, apparently he's saying that Bill Murray steals the movie.
Well,
maybe Paul could come in here for a few.
Yeah,
Wow.
Paul, tell us about Zombieland. We get a
without ruining it.
Yeah, we get a nice review right here on the spot from Paul.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
Without giving anything away, Bill Murray steals the entire fucking movie. It's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he in it a lot?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
But he's got a really good
think-
scene and.
Think
okay.
old school Bill Murray when he was really actually funny.
Some kind of Caddyshack thing, no?
Yeah, kind of.
All right.
All right, very good.
But he
good.
plays one of the greatest characters ever. He plays Bill Murray.
Yeah, it's about time he goes back to being Bill Murray.
No, that's who he is.
Instead of this,
playing
no, I
himself.
understand.
Bill Murray?
Yeah.
Instead of being this artsy guy, enough. Go
Yeah.
back to these movies that we all,
And do they
loved.
acknowledge that he's Bill Murray?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's Bill Murray.
Without giving anything away. Yeah,
That's pretty
it's
funny.
Bill
Okay.
Murray, yeah.
That's awesome.
I got to see this. I might go.
A lot of laughs?
see this tonight.
It's if it's an hour and a half long, I probably, or say an hour and 40, I probably laugh for an hour 20, hour and 30.
Fucking
There's
A.
only like
That's
two
good.
or three low points in the whole movie. Otherwise, it's really good. Like, Woody Harrelson isn't exactly the lead. So, where you think you're just seeing Woody Harrelson, killing zombies, you are. But it's kind of following the kid who everyone thinks is Michael Cera, but it's not.
You thought it was him too, no?
I didn't
At
think
first,
it was him, but yeah.
kind of looks like him.
He's
He looks
kind of
like
playing
him
that role.
He looks like a chubby Michael Cera.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. Well, fuck.
I want to see that.
I got a movie to watch this weekend.
Yeah.
I haven't wanted to go to the movies in a few weeks now.
I haven't wanted to go to the movies in
Years, I know it.
Yes.
I know.
Years and years and years.
Zombieland, 90% positive reviews. Thank you, Paul. And then The Invention of Lying. That's the Ricky Gervais movie.
Yes.
And our pal Louis C.K.'s in that.
Yeah.
Without his goatee.
Oh, really?
I saw a picture
hairless?
today in the paper. Without his goatee and his hair kind of poofed out on the sides, he looks like a real creep.
I got to see that one then.
So that starts today as well. And what was I going to say? Oh, you don't watch Parks and Recreation, do you?
No.
The Amy Poehler show. It's kind of like The Office. It has that same feel.
No.
Louis C.K.'s got a nice part in that NBC show. He's the love interest of Amy Poehler.
Really?
He's a cop that's kind of like not as smart as Amy Poehler, to say the least. And and now there's like a little love thing happening. And he's going to be on the show for, I think, the rest of the season.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Fucking Louis C.K. And last night he was great on the show.
We'll never see him again.
No, of course not.
That's it. He's done.
Yeah,
He's done for this show.
I think so. It was good having you, Louis. Now go be a big star.
Fucking watching the original Office again last night.
British?
Just popped in. Yeah, the British Office. The season 2. Just popped it in. And fucking Gervais is brilliant in that.
He absolutely is.
You can't even describe how good he is in that.
You got to think that the American Office, they want Ricky Gervais to kind of do something. But I bet you that they're just trying to negotiate it. You got to think that they would love to see that happen.
But Gervais, we've talked to him enough times. He's done with it.
Yeah, I know.
He's fucking done with it.
But we're not done with seeing him.
But they stopped it. It was perfect how they ended it. You just wanted more of this character.
Yeah.
But they ended it, and that was it. It was over. But you watch the American version of The Office now. Now it's just going too long.
But it's still...
What's his name? The character's fucking just retarded now.
Steve Carell?
Yeah, Carell.
Right.
Carell is playing a retard. He's not playing a, like, douchey, embarrassing boss. Gervais did, Gervais had no confidence, but tried to exude so much confidence, and he was constantly nervous and ticky, and that's the character, not this retard that Carell is playing, which he didn't play in the first couple of seasons of The Office.
You're absolutely right.
Well, Gervais was, he's believable as a real person. Like, this person exists. Like, you can go to work and this is your boss. Michael Scott is just not, he's not a person that exists. Like, he's just literally, he's a retarded man who runs an office.
That. Yeah, you wouldn't see that at work.
And what season are we up to for the American Office?
Got to be 5.
6, I think.
Because the English Office was 2 seasons. That was it.
Yep.
Yeah, and I tapped out. I liked the American Office. I was a fan.
Yeah, I was at the beginning.
And then what happened with me, someone said, if you like that, you got to go and watch the English Office. So I got the box set, watched it within a weekend, and I think I was done with the American Office right there.
Then you couldn't even
I haven't watched it in
anymore.
a couple seasons. I mean, they're probably still doing great in the ratings, and it's still a really good show. I just tapped out. I'm done.
Yeah.
Done with that show.
I don't like, and I know Travis concurs with this one because I read his tweet.
Huh?
I don't like the fact that they took off Seinfeld at night.
Everywhere,
at
on TBS and Fox.
Yes, TBS and Fox.
7:30, 11, no
Put on
Seinfeld.
The Office.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Seinfeld out, Office in?
Well, Seinfeld's on at like midnight or like 12:30 now.
Well, how many episodes of Seinfeld could you watch?
Let me
though?
tell you,
All of them.
every single one, every time they're on, I could watch
But
it.
it got to a point, it was on how many times a day?
Not enough. Not
The answer, not enough.
I can watch every single episode. I don't care how many times I've seen it. I think it's hysterical.
You know, in the heyday of, I probably talked about this already, but in the heyday of Seinfeld, I didn't watch. So there's probably, I would say I haven't seen 75% of the Seinfeld episodes, for real. Because when it was on, I was doing night radio or afternoon drive.
Yeah.
So I missed that whole Seinfeld thing. And I got the box set. It would be great if I just started watching it because most of it would be brand new for me. Gervais dancing.
His dance scene.
It's just
trying to
ridiculous.
raise money. Yeah. Raising money, yeah.
Also, Anthony, Michael Moore's movie starts this weekend, A Love Story, Capitalism, whatever.
Yeah.
73% positive reviews. And then, what's this movie, Whip It, getting 78% positive reviews?
Whip It?
Do we know what Whip It is about?
I think that is Drew Barrymore's directorial debut.
Right.
That's the
roller
derby.
Roller derby movie.
The girls kind of look hot in that.
Yeah,
they kind of look hot in that roller derby shit. I must say. I saw them dressed up like Girl Scouts or something. They dressed up like Girl Scouts doing some
moves.
Some moves.
I was all in with this Drew
Roller
Barrymore,
derby.
but her mouth really is looking like a stroke victim now.
Yeah, it went
used to-
from this cute little weird
tiny little
mouth
tick to
now it's just.
It's almost like full stroke mouth now.
Yeah, her mouth is starting to look like when when the little kid in AI ate the spinach. Haley Joel Osment ate the spinach when he wasn't supposed to.
Now everyone's coming up with their favorite Seinfeld episode. You know what? I'm going to go all in. Fuck it. Finally.
Yeah, you just have to.
I mean, I've seen.
Goddamn funny, man.
I've seen enough, but there's a lot of episodes I just have not seen.
Wow, I am so like I came in here. All of a sudden, the inside of my nose is itching like a motherfucker.
Right.
And I'm like,
you didn't get it from me. You didn't get it from me.
Start sucking snot.
Well, what I got is not the flu. This
No.
is just a horrendous allergy attack.
Is it?
Probably from the fucking wet leaves.
Must be hay fever.
Thank you, Bobby. I feel better, though, today.
Look at that. You just talk about things, and I have Drudge Report up here all the time.
Right.
And now at the top of the Drudge Report is Seinfeld.
Saying what?
It's the Curb Your Enthusiasm thing, but I just looked and it says it's got Seinfeld all up there. Like, do they hear you?
I know.
Is that what it is with advertising on the web nowadays? They just hear what you're saying, and that's what pops up.
It's kind of creepy.
It's really fucked up sometimes. The coincidence is a little much.
A little creepy.
Little creepy.
All right. What else is going on in the world? Oh, the autopsy shows that Michael Jackson was actually really healthy.
Yeah, apparently he was well within his, the weight to height ratio, and
they said he was a healthy drug addict.
Yeah,
but he did have fluid in his lungs.
Yeah, his inflamed lungs.
But his chemistry was pretty good, and they said that he was still pumping out sperm.
What? How'd they know that?
Well, I'm meaning, he
J.O. the fucking corpse?
I don't know, but
hey, what's?
We need to know.
I have an embarrassing thing I did. I jerked off Michael Jackson's corpse, and it's terrible, awful things being extorted for.
But because a lot of people thought he was sterile. Turns out he can make make the sperm.
So why didn't it? Well, that proves it even more that he did not want a black child. He went his whole life trying to transform himself into a white person.
Yeah.
And then his kids, he didn't want to have those genes of the original little Michael Jackson, who would have, I don't care how much plastic surgery and skin bleaching and everything else and hair straightening and wigs. When you pump out that sperm didn't have any fucking corrective surgery. That shit is, that's going to come out like the wide-nosed, big afro Michael Jackson.
I was going to use the word nappy.
Yeah, that's what he had. A big afro.
But it's weird if you want to be a father and your spermies are working.
Yeah.
Why would you then not use your own spermies? I don't get it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just don't understand that. I mean, you're trying to make the point, but still, I'm thinking.
Yeah, you would want maybe a piece of your
right.
Your.
I mean, I understand there's guys out there they can't make their own spermies anymore, but they still want to have a family, so they do other things. I get it. But if you're making your own spermies, you want your own kids, no?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't.
What a weird fuck. You think it's ever going to come out? All this shit?
Oh, I thought you meant his jizz. No, that's stuck in there.
Would you buy a vial of Michael Jackson's jizz?
No.
Why not?
Why? Because you could just drain it from a young boy's hiney.
Just to put it on display.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like memorabilia?
Yes. That's way better than a dumb autograph.
No. Fluids don't hold up very well. After a while, it would just be this brown, crusty shit in the bottom of a test tube, and you'd be like, you know what this was?
Brown. What's wrong with his spermies?
Well, when everything dries up, it turns brown.
And you know what? Someone give me, Kevin from Connecticut, you're right. Too many people have tried to turn me on to this Dexter show. You watch Dexter?
I did, I didn't, I did, and now I didn't again. I kind of, a couple of seasons I thought were good, a couple stunk.
No?
Yeah, and I
never
never really got hooked.
A lot of people say it's the best show on TV.
Dexter's great.
It's good.
You still watch Travis?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
John Lithgow's in it this year, which I think he's going to be real good. Yeah, he's a creepy serial killer.
Is he? Yeah.
I see him walking around the Upper West Side every once in a while. Oh, my God.
Creep? Oh, really? You're thinking a little more...
Hey, I don't know what he's up to, but...
Does he seem a little...
I don't know what's up with him. But he would play a great serial killer, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. A creep.
This fucking asshole. Cody in Indiana, a regular to the O&A show. What's up, Cody?
Hey, isn't it a bit late for you to fucking jump on the Seinfeld bandwagon?
It sure is.
A little bit.
I think that I might get hee-haw shot after all these years.
Hee-haw.
Yeah. You know what? Everyone does have that show when you're going around the old dial.
Yep.
Go old school here, and you see a show on, you go, I now have to watch.
Yeah.
For me, it's Family Guy. Because
Yeah,
they're playing Family Guy about 4 times a day now. And I don't care if I've seen the episode, I'm in every freaking time.
I just started watching and getting into South Park.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I remember I watched the first season when it was new, and then I kind of just let it go for a while, and now they got the first 10 seasons on instant Netflix.
Right.
So I've watched about 10 years of South Park in the last month and a half.
Wow.
And, I'm just making South Park jokes with Travis. And he's like, yeah, dude, it's 8 years old.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I bought a towel-y towel.
My God, you're way behind. I'm kind of behind with South Park. I haven't watched in at least 5 seasons now, at least. I catch an episode here and there when it's one of the bigger episodes. I'll watch on YouTube or whatever.
It's
but,
so funny.
Oh, I know.
It is just
You
so
know, Ant and
funny.
I, to pat ourselves on the back, we were making South Park jokes before anyone knew who South Park was.
When that first,
We were one of the first
underground
fucking
thing
radio
was
shows
going around.
to talk to the guys before they were famous.
Yeah, shit.
And then they blew us off as soon as they got really famous.
Of course, like everyone does.
Want to do a little Jocktober?
Oh,
Where's Sam?
please.
It's
I love Jocktober. Yeah, you need Sam in here for a Jocktober. This is, I mean, come on. You know, you live in a place where they do Rocktober on the radio. We do Jocktober. Why pay tribute to the rock music that they play all year long anyway, when you could pay tribute to the talent on the shows every morning that go out there and give it their all? And I'm talking those great shows where the guy and the girl are together and they are they married?
Who
Maybe.
knows?
Are they not? Because they act just like we do when we were married. And oh, it's fantastic. They're like a couple. They argue a little bit. They agree with stuff. They talk about their lives.
I was so bummed I missed yesterday between Kevin Smith coming in and Jocktober. I'm like,
Kevin was
"God
great.
Damn. Was the
Kevin
first
and
Jocktober good?
Florentine was good.
And Florentine?
Oh, yeah.
Not to take away from Florentine. I'm sorry. Yeah, Florentine was in yesterday,
Yeah,
too.
fantastic. The first Jocktober was, what was the name?
Rocky and Sue.
Rocky and Sue.
You know how many Rockies there are out there in the radio world?
Dude, wait a minute.
That's Rocco.
Sue wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Really?
They're Wilkes-Barre's finest.
Wilkes-Barre.
Isn't it Wilkes-Barre?
That's how people
Wilkes-Barre.
call it outside of Wilkes-Barre.
They say Wilkes-Barre locally?
Wilkes-Barre.
You got to get down with Wilkes-Barre.
I think the rest of us say Wilkes-Barre.
No, it's Wilkes-Barre.
All
A lot
right,
of people do
Wilkes-Barre.
say Wilkes-Barre.
Thank you, Ann.
There she is.
That's Sue?
Wow.
Who's Rocky?
That's him in the green. I think they're married.
No, they're not. That's a kid, and she's like...
No, that's
he's
not
like
a
a
kid.
cougar.
That's not a kid. He's an older gentleman who tries to dress, young and highlight his hair. And
He's wearing a turtleneck also, which covers up that neck that was pointed out yesterday.
Oh, really?
And she has just got that fucking mom look.
Who's the pedophile in the middle?
I think he's a bagpipe
player.
Oh,
Ooh.
really?
She's also a real estate agent in the afternoons.
Yeah.
Well, that's what radio has become. You can't even make a living on regular radio.
She's only been doing it for 20 years.
And
so.
she still has to do real estate. Jesus.
Oh, fuck.
Are you kidding me?
That's because they're in Wilkes-Barre.
Right.
Wilkes-Barre.
Well, we move on to today's Jocktober show.
Oh,
That's right.
Jocktober. I love it.
Yes.
This is the Rock and Roll Morning Show with Bobby Russell and Mark the Shark Young.
There's not a Mark the Shark.
Mark the Shark.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
Is there a hole?
No, this is the Rock.
What?
This is the Rock of Bangor.
Bangor,
Wait
Maine.
a minute. Is this Stephen King's station?
It's Stephen King's rock and roll station.
Oh, we finally get to hear a little Stephen King's station.
Now, Stephen King took some shots at Ant and I.
Yeah.
Saying that basically morning zoo radio is horrendous, and then he I don't know. He
used us as like an example
Yeah,
of
he
shock
singled us out.
jockery and the fact that we should be put where the sun doesn't shine,
Right.
Opie.
Yeah, he doesn't like us. So
Oh.
he must be doing it right in Bangor.
Yes.
Basically,
Bangor, Maine.
I brought this in so you guys could take out a little pen and a notepad.
And learn a little something.
Maybe learn a little something today.
Is it Radio of the Macabre? I hope their delivery is macabre.
Fuck.
No, but there is a skeleton as the station's logo. The
Of
station's
course.
tag name is the Rock of Bangor, Stephen King's rock and roll station.
Oh, he's got to get his name in there. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he thinks he knows what good radio is. So
He does.
Let's take a listen to his morning show up there in Maine. The Rock and Roll Morning Show with Bobby Russell and Mark the Shark Young.
The Shark.
Marley, the comedian, calls up with some crazy jokes.
All they do is caller bits, like with set up callers.
Oh,
So
that sounds like a Rocco thing.
Yeah.
So I brought in some of their best caller bits, and this is a guy, it seems like he calls in like every week.
Uh-huh.
He's a comedian.
Ooh.
And so he tells some jokes, and I mean, they just laugh and laugh.
Oh, they're loving it?
They love Marley, huh?
Marley is their favorite comedian, I'm
Mark
sure.
the Shark likes it?
Yeah. So
Great.
you got, it's like we'll have Bill Burr on. So you guys could maybe write down some of these jokes and have Bill Burr tell them when he comes in.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
He's our Marley today.
Really? Bill Burr will strangle us if we asked him to do that. All right, here's Marley the comedian.
It was my wife's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday, honey. We're loading up the RV and going to the fair.
Why is that funny?
Because of the way he's talking.
Why is that
fucking
funny?
mean accent? We're going to the fair.
Fair.
You can't get there from
here.
here.
They're laughing. That's one of those laughs where, okay, I know something funny is coming.
It's
I'm
coming.
ready. Yeah, this is going to be good.
You think they had to meet with Stephen King to get the job? Or does Stephen King just kind of give it to a PD and a GM and that's it?
He doesn't have time to meet with these guys.
That's it, yeah.
He's too busy writing his 2,000-page novel. He's a bit wordy.
Yeah.
He would never survive on Twitter.
No way.
It was my wife's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday, honey. We're loading up the RV and going to the fair. Got up there. My mother got on the bumper car. She's smashing into people. I'm like, Mom, this is how you usually drive. She's like Mr. Magoo. I've hit somebody else. I can't believe it. I'll tell you what, the food is...
Mr. Magoo.
Holy shit. What the hell was that?
You think they were giving him a little too much?
Yeah, I think they were really kind of padding that motherfucker. Joke's awful. Hey, you bumper cars, that's the way you drive regular. That's how you drive there. Up there in Bangor. Maybe they shouldn't do bad driving jokes on Stephen King's fucking...
Radio
you
station.
might hit a rider in your bumper car. You might hit a rider walking his dog.
Not a good way to keep your job.
No.
Wow, that's bad.
I don't
Sam.
like driving jokes. I don't like it.
They're not afraid to get a little edgy. They're not afraid to go against management a little, to push back a little bit.
I hear you, Sam, because Marley does some state fair material.
That's right. Keep in mind, they went to the fair.
Where is the state fair?
They keep
Maine.
The Bangor. They keep it local, Opie.
Yeah,
Come
Bangor.
on. It's local.
I'll tell you what, the food is so good.
That's good food at the fair, yeah.
Oh, man.
How good is it?
Oh, my God. He didn't need help with that. No. It's good food at the fair.
Good food at the fair.
Here comes the punchline.
I'll tell you what, the food is so good.
That's good food at the fair, yeah.
Oh, man, it doesn't matter that there's horse manure 8 feet away. I'm still going for it. I don't even care. I had an Italian sausage look like a fire log on a bun.
Did it now?
It's like a Duraflame sandwich. I'm putting mustard on.
Guy's running out of air trying to pump his jokes up.
Like a Duraflame sandwich. Holy shit. Was there nitrous oxide in that fucking studio?
No, that's Marley. That's
Sandwich. I'm putting mustard on with a garden hose. Is it bad if you need a spotter to eat a sausage?
Yes.
You know, I could have fed a small village with this thing. It was ridiculous. So much food by the time I hit the stage, I looked like Elvis in Hawaii.
Did you?
The big chunky Elvis, all sweaty.
They are laughing their asses off over nothing.
Well, do you remember how heavy Elvis was?
All right, Sam.
Yes,
Yeah,
Sam.
we do remember.
Kind of remember.
Okay.
Heavy Elvis.
So you're trying to say that the guy ate so much food within an hour or two that all of a
That
sudden
he got that fat.
he looked like fat Elvis.
Very sweaty.
By the time I hit the stage, I
I wish Marley's life would end the same way.
Oh, jeez.
Trying to push out that sausage on the toilet and having a coronary.
Marley stinks.
Marley's a local comedian trying to make it.
He's
doing his thing.
So the Bangor comedy scene is huge, I hear.
Actually,
just waiting for Hollywood to make their way to Bangor to discover the guy.
Yeah, Bangor is going to be one of those areas that they realize there's a lot of talent up there.
Am I having a seizure?
no, that's the fire alarm.
Still blinking.
I love how no one pays attention to fire alarms.
Why
so
bother?
everyone knows it's the fire alarm. Should we be running out of this building screaming?
Only when you smell smoke.
That's okay.
That's
All
what
right,
they
so
say.
we're good?
They say no matter what happens in a fire alarm in a high rise, until you smell smoke or see fire, just stay where you are.
What's the safest place?
Oh, yeah. No, actually, that is the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would
You're supposed to get
I
the
would
fuck
stay
out
put.
on the street.
No, you
Most
should-
people do.
You
They
shouldn't
stay put.
'Cause
And
the stairwell, that's not going to burn.
yeah.
They make these
Wait.
buildings safer.
Of course.
Yeah,
Negative pressure in there. It keeps the flames out.
Yeah.
You touch the door with the back of your hand. Make sure it's not
Right.
hot.
You get the heavy doors, Sam.
Or
It keeps the
actually, I would
fire
just-
back while you're in the stairwell.
I would just take an intern and have him open all the doors for me. So if there's a flash fire, he gets fucking fried. Oh, I guess that was a bad door. Sorry.
This is wonderful. We're learning a little bit about Stephen King from Wes and Scranton. Wes?
Morning, boys.
Hey.
Hi.
I lived in Maine for quite a while, great state. I went to a concert at the University of Maine, and Stephen King buys all the seats around him so nobody sits next to him at the concert.
Really?
Exactly. He
I wouldn't
paid for
believe
he
that.
paid for the auditorium, so he has a block around him that nobody sits near him when he's there for a show.
I wouldn't believe that because I've seen him at the Red Sox games, and people are sitting around him there.
Yeah, because the Red Sox, they're not going to put up with his shenanigans.
But he's got enough money where he
you
can
know what?
buy the whole box.
Here's your seat, stupid. Enjoy the game. All right, thank you, sir. Let's go to Kevin in Connecticut. Kevin.
Morning, guys.
Hey.
I'm just checking this site out. You know, one of the jocks Sunday 4 to midnight is Fred Zeppelin.
What's Fred Zeppelin there,
Oh,
Sam?
my God.
He
it's
does Fred Zeppelin.
There's Fred Zeppelin.
What is Fred Zeppelin all about?
I mean, he's
He's been there the whole time.
He's one of the rock and roll.
That's his name on the radio?
Oh,
Yeah.
he goes by Hey, Fred Zeppelin with you. Gee, I wonder what he plays.
Yeah, great shift, too. 4 p.m. to midnight on Sunday.
Oh,
4 p.m. to midnight on a Sunday?
That is the worst
Fine
shift
time.
possible.
Fred Zepp has a lot to say.
Fred
Zepp.
Yeah.
Oh, Fred Zepp?
Yeah, that's what you could call him.
Fred Zeppelin?
Does he get the let out, Kevin? He's got to get the let out
He's
if his name is
gotta.
Fred Zepp.
How are you
Fred
Fred
Zeppelin.
Zeppelin? And, what are you playing? Bad Company?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to play some Zeppelin. From
Bad-
4 till midnight.
What's wrong with you, Bad Company? What are you talking about?
What?
You didn't have to do the rock jock shit. It's
Oh.
Badco. Everyone knows it.
Badco. I like the song Badco from Badco off Badco.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Badco on your home of rock and roll. I'm Fred Zeppelin.
That sounds good.
Fred
Taking you to the start of Monday. Fred Zeppelin with you
Yeah.
on a Sunday night. I know none of you fuckers are listening to me because there's 80 football games on right now.
You know what really must
Jesus.
suck for these guys
What?
at this station, too? They could not possibly ever get guests.
No.
Like, what rock
are you talking
guys
about? They
are
got-
going to Bangor?
Oh, they got guests. They got Marley the comedian.
Well,
Yeah, they got Marley
that's a
on
big
the phone.
That is a get.
That's a big get for Bangor, Maine. JW, a girl from Maine checking in. JW.
Oh.
Hey,
Hey.
guys, I want to thank you for just recognizing what horrible, horrible jokes Marley has been giving me.
JW, that's what Jocktober's all about.
It really is an
Oh my
inclusive
God. Everybody
holiday.
in Maine thinks he's the best. He is like golden god in Maine, and I think he is just the worst.
So
It's horrible.
So we brought you to satellite radio, right?
You did.
One person at a time. That's what we do here.
That's how it works.
Baby steps, boys. Baby steps up here in Maine.
I hear you. Thanks for listening to us instead of the Rock and Roll Morning Show with Bobby Russell and Mark the Shark Young.
Why is he the shark, by the way?
Because he's a
I
little
don't know. There's
edgy.
no sharks in Maine.
Yeah.
Shouldn't he be Mark the Moose?
Mark the lobster. Something, yeah.
Something that
Mark the moose.
Something that makes sense.
Mosquito.
Yeah, Mark the Mosquito.
It's Mark the shark.
It's because his wit is razor sharp.
Oh, is that
Oh,
it?
like
Like
a
a
shark's
shark's
tooth.
teeth.
Yeah.
Oh. And he's dangerous.
Yeah, he is a little.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
Hey,
I mean, you don't want to cross him.
JW, do we know anything about Fred Zeppelin? I need to know
Yes.
everything about Fred Zeppelin, please.
You know, I wish I could say I do, but all that 4 to midnight on a Sunday?
Yeah.
I'm watching football.
I hear you.
I guess what I know I'll be doing on Sunday.
Who do you think his co-host is? I'm trying to think of a good band that would make sense. You got Fred Zeppelin and fuck, I don't have it. Whatever.
Not talking about hooking any bluegills or Tommy Cats. I'm talking about Mark the Sharkin. Talking about working for a living. Mark the Shark. Yuck.
Let's go to James in Philly. James.
Hey, how's it going, fellas? It's kind of off topic, but I saw a commercial for Obama Chia Pet Head the other day, and I thought Anthony would get a kick out of it.
Oh, is an Obama Chia Pet head?
Oh, yeah.
It's quite the racist thing, but he grows like curly green hair out of his head. So.
That's good.
That's funny.
Hey, is that a true? I'm sorry, sir.
No, that's okay.
We're done with you. Is that a true statistic?
What?
Yes, sir.
This morning show,
okay,
that we're listening to for Rocktober this morning,
the Rock and Roll Morning Show,
is number one in their market.
That's
or
what it says on their website.
Number one in their market.
Well,
oh yeah,
wow,
that's impressive.
That really is. Let's see what market that is. Oh, it's market 223. 223.
It's rock and roll.
When you first start out in radio, you work these little markets.
Yeah,
I've been there.
It's a big shark in a small pond.
And you dream of the day that you could break the top 100.
Yeah,
in market sizes. And
well, they got a long way to go.
And then you hope to break top 50, and then hopefully maybe someday break into the top 10.
Top 10 is like huge.
I'm sure they're young guys and they're making their way.
Yeah, that's it. That's not correct.
No,
unfortunately not. They've been.
They've
actually both been working in radio for many years.
Oh, well, with the likes of Marley helping them out, I see them in market, like 205 within 10 years.
That's huge.
You think they're going to have a big decision to make? Do we leave Bangor for Wilkes-Barre?
You know something?
Wilkes-Barre is way up there. Wilkes-Barre was like
market 70, I think.
Yeah, right in the 70s.
Yeah. You'd be really taking a leap.
Then, if they got a phone call from Wilkes-Barre, they would jump at
the market. They would probably sit there and go, we're number one here in Bangor. This is great. We're at Stephen King's station.
Our family? I don't know. Do we do this to our families?
I don't think Marley can come with us. We got to stay local with Wilkes-Barre, and his accent just wouldn't cut it over there. Wow, what decisions to make.
Well, do we change his name from Mark the Shark? Gonna have to come up with something different. I think
something for Wilkes-Barre.
They are offering us $37,000 a year, though.
Yeah, that's
a lot of money for us.
50% increase in my pay.
Because they'd have to move to overnights in Wilkes-Barre.
But it does cost the cost of living in Wilkes-Barre. Wow, that's really a lot more than here in Bangor.
Yes. Jack Sabbath. Thank you, Chris and Georgia.
Jack Sabbath.
That would be Fred Zeppelin.
Jack Sabbath.
That would be Fred Zeppelin's co-host.
That would be.
See, there
great.
you go. That's the perfect one right there.
Motley Stew. Does he come on at some point?
And breaking news. This is very sad. Mongo the trucker's been up there with his big rig. Mongo.
Yeah, I heard they fired Fred Zeppelin and they have hired Byron Maiden.
Byron Maiden. Oh no.
And who comes on after him? Isn't it Ace?
Ace
E-D-C. He's his middle name is Edward.
Look, I have
Ace Edward DC, but they just call him Ace E-D-C.
Of course.
Yes.
I have a horrendous radio name, but it's a dumb nickname that I'm stuck with. But I mean, Fred.
It's not a radio name. You had that as a kid.
Yeah, it's not like I said.
What do I call myself for the radio?
Right.
Maybe that's what happened to Mark the Shark. Maybe people, when he was just a little boy, said, "Here comes Mark the Shark."
Hey, it's Mark the Shark. He's dangerous. I like when they put our names in the paper and they put quotation marks around Anthony, like it's a character and my name's Bob or something. No, it's Anthony. You don't have to put quotation marks around. That's my fucking name.
That's funny. Jersey Joe.
Good evening.
Hey.
Good evening.
I hear from midnight to 4 a.m. he becomes the Grateful Fred.
Oh.
Grateful Fred.
Very good. Everyone's got their band jokes, so we'll move on from that. I think we did it. So, Travis, you can hang up on those people. Thank you very much. I am Batman. It's being pointed out I sound like Batman today.
Oh, because of your...
I am Batman.
I'm going to have to, fucking rad blow my nose.
Here you go.
It's not really, it's not really goopy. It just feels like I was doing coke or something.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I was. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I would never
dangerous.
do coke, and I certainly don't endorse it. For the kids listening.
Hell no.
It's a horrible drug.
Don't do it unless you go to Miami. That's what I say.
At least get
Sam, right?
That's a terrible message to be
Who's the
sending
DJ that died there? The unintentional overdose. They found out it was...
Who?
Oh, yeah, DJ AM?
Yeah, DJ AM. They found out unintentional overdose.
He accidentally took a ton of drugs.
Little ton of drugs. Accidentally poured drugs into his face.
Yeah.
Smoked crack.
Yeah.
Drank booze.
He had a shitload of stuff in his system, huh?
He had some prescription, some illegal. He was smoking. You smoked the crack. He was smoking the crack.
I can't imagine surviving a plane crash.
And that was it.
Yeah, he must have had some demons over that, huh?
Yeah,
Poor
I guess
guy.
so.
DJ AM.
Didn't work out like Lost, where you
Yeah.
find your strength. He said, "Fuck this, I'm going to drugs." Yeah,
That's right.
that's what happened.
All right, why don't we move on with the Rock and Roll Morning Show with Bobby Russell and Mark the Shark Young.
The shark.
On Stephen King's rock station, WKIT, the Rock of Bangor.
That's right, the Rock of Bangor.
Did they call
Bangor.
it the clit? No.
No, come on.
Oh,
no.
KIT.
Well,
You could.
yeah. Well, someone else, by the way, pointed out that Elvis wasn't fat when he was doing his Hawaiian shit.
No, that was actually like.
Does Stephen S. from Bayshore know that? He's a big Elvis fan.
Stephen from Bayshore is an Elvis aficionado.
Because he made a fat joke about Elvis and said when he was
in Hawaii.
in Hawaii, but
Blue Hawaii when he was doing the movies and stuff like that.
he was still the young fucking stud, right?
Yeah, I believe he was.
It's on the delivery, though. The delivery was there.
Oh, is that it? Like the facts don't matter.
Yeah.
If the joke is good.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
What if both are not there?
We got another clip of Marley?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Maybe you could use some of these jokes around the water cooler after the show.
Aloha from Hawaii was 1973. Elvis was 175 pounds. That is Steve from Bayshore talking. I don't think that's fat Elvis.
Not at all.
At 175.
Unless he was 4'8".
Yeah.
Marley does some material about his 2-year-old.
This is how we ended the night. We found out that my 2-year-old was allergic to cotton candy. Oh, yeah, he started eating cotton candy. His face swelled right up. Oh, yeah, had to have the ambulance come.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. You know how much the ambulance ride is? $800.
Whoa.
What, are they got a stripper pole in there? Some kind of...
I don't get it.
I don't...
Like, why would the ambulance have
Yeah.
have a stripper pole?
Well,
because it's so expensive to get someone to the hospital.
Yeah.
For that kind of money, you'd hope it'd be a party bus. Party bus.
By the way, we're looking at pictures of Elvis from Hawaii. Could be Elvis at his skinniest ever. Ever. It is the skin. Look at it. He's in great shape.
That's the Elvis all the women wanted to bang. You fucking idiot.
He picked the absolute wrong Elvis.
Wouldn't it be Vegas?
Yeah,
That would be a safe bet, I'm sure.
The Vegas Elvis, the Elvis right before he died.
Right.
That's the fat Elvis. That is Elvis at his prime right there.
But in comedy, you want to remind people of a happier time. Like, you don't want to bum people out by bringing up Elvis dying.
Or a good joke.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay, I see that. I see that counterpoint.
All right, let's get back to the kid material, because nothing says good radio than kid material.
Yeah.
2-year-old. Talking about your wife.
I want
or
to know
your
why
kid.
his face blew up from cotton candy.
Let's find out.
Oh.
Pole in there? Some kind of open bar?
I don't know.
Pour some sugar on me.
Poor kid.
Who's Lady Gaga in there dancing with him?
These don't make sense, Sam.
Lady Gaga, she's a...
This guy.
Why would Lady Gaga be in an ambulance?
In the
A
ambulance. For $800?
Yeah.
Look, put it this way. For a private show in an ambulance, that isn't a bad price.
For Lady Gaga,
Yeah.
I would definitely raise the $800.
But Lady Gaga is not the person that comes to mind if you're thinking that some hot famous person is going to dance for you.
Didn't she sing "Pour Some Sugar on Me"?
I don't know.
No, I believe that was Jeff Leppard who does
Middays.
Middays over there.
Oh.
Some sugar on me.
Poor kid.
Who's Lady Gaga in there dancing with him? This is out of control. That's why I've decided I'm going to open up my own ambulance company.
Are you really?
Well, I was in there.
Here comes the funny.
Oh, he's gonna
Here
bring
comes
it.
the funny.
He is going to bring it. People
Oh,
want to
boy,
know
is he.
if his last name, Kevin from Connecticut wants to know if Marley's last name is Davidson. No?
Marley Davidson.
Because he's wild.
Yeah,
that would fit. Marley Davidson. You're an ass. That's great.
I like it.
And with them while they were taking him, all they was saying, "You're okay, buddy. You're okay."
Yeah.
Well, I can talk to people. Put him right in the back of my Ford F-150. I'll put a cap on it.
Yeah.
You can call 1-800-BOBS AMBU. Any of you people up there in VZ got problems.
Yeah.
Uncle Bobby come up and get you in his Ford and bring you to the... I'll only charge you $400.
Half price.
That's right. We can stop at Divas. On the way out through.
Is he speaking a foreign language?
No.
There's, I guess, a lot of
The
local
language of
references.
unfunny.
Yeah, a lot of local references about, I guess, strip clubs.
Yeah, we
and
just don't get it,
Hospitals and ambulance. We don't get it. It's local. They keep it local.
See, this satellite radio, we're in a lot of trouble, Sam, because we don't go local.
Yep. That's true.
Regular radio, they know how to do that local break, and we can't do that with satellite radio.
People don't like to listen to the radio if they don't feel like their
Right.
disc jockeys are right there with them.
We're in trouble because we don't go local. We're in big trouble, Sam.
I think
This
you're right.
Yeah.
is so bad. This is so bad.
How bad is it, Marley?
Well, it's so bad it could cost you $400 just to get to the hospital. It's giving me quite a headache. You pour some sugar on me. Sugar gives me a headache because it's, gets you all pumped up.
Why is he doing a sugar joke there? Because his son had a reaction to cotton candy or something?
I would assume that's stripper pole.
Yeah, the stripper pole.
Because
okay.
then you would play Def Leppard music because that's what's played
Okay.
in a lot of the strip clubs in Bangor.
I think Marley's smarter than that, though.
Yeah?
Because there's a sugar thing. I think there's a sugar tie-in somehow.
Oh, from the cotton candy?
Besides that being a good
No,
strip
I just
club
think
song.
it's strip. I think he went completely off the sugar at that point and just went with the song being played in strip clubs.
Wow.
There's a pole in the ambulance.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga's in there.
The brilliance that
His
is
kid
Marley.
with the swollen face from the cotton candy. Marley's he's so multifaceted.
We just found the new Richard Pryor, Sam. This is
I know.
unbelievable.
I like the image of Marley watching this ambulance come and thinking, I can make something funny out of this. And he's writing about his life experiences.
Found out my kid had the diabetes.
We got Nicole in Maine. She wants in bad. Nicole, how are you? Nicole? Oh, well, hold on.
Hello.
Let me try this again.
Hello.
Nicole?
So I used to live in Bangor, but I have since moved down to Portland, which is the big city in Maine.
Oh, yeah.
Moving
a
on
couple
up.
Years ago, they put you guys on the radio on my favorite radio station
All
at the
right.
time. You were on there for maybe a year, and then they took you off, and they ended up replacing you with a fabulous morning show called Robin's Zodiac Zone. And Robin tells people's horoscope, and gives
We got
everybody the
replaced for a
color of the
horoscope
sun.
fucking show.
That figures.
What the fuck is wrong with regular radio?
Damn.
You would think
But that was
they
about
replaced
the
us with maybe a local flav like morning show.
Sure. Robin's Zodiac Zone.
Robin's Zodiac Zone?
Hoo-hoo, Robin. The Zodiac Zone.
Holy
Check it out, guys. You'll love it.
I am depressed now. Thanks, Nicole.
Thanks.
Did you know that we were replaced for that?
I had no clue.
Well, you guys never do psychic readings.
No,
of course.
Because
you're
they're
not
horse shit.
And you're not local.
Here's something, Sam. We try not to talk vague here.
4
we
hours
try to
of
get to
horse
it.
shit.
Try to get to the point.
Get to the point.
Right. Don't you think a horoscope that relates to over 1 million people in the paper is horseshit?
Well, not if it relates to your sign.
Give me my horoscope. I'll tell you if it's accurate or not.
Horoscope.
Horror if it was on Stephen King's
Oh,
channel.
wow. The horror scope. Ooh. That's what they do on Halloween, I bet.
Sam, I'm a Gemini, so
Once a year.
why don't you read my horoscope?
Where are the horoscopes in the paper?
I fucking
Do
don't
they
know.
still have them?
I hope so.
Probably by the comics, right?
hope
By the
so.
comics?
You think?
Those hysterical comics.
Oh, boy, this Letterman. Oh, boy.
Oh, he's all over.
Oh, boy.
It's huge.
Oh, boy.
I had sex with staff. That could mean so many things.
Yes.
It could mean the entire staff, men and women, or that he just had sex with like a staff, like that Moses carried around with him, which would be very embarrassing too. or he had sex with an infection. He could have had. They should really clear that up. People saying that Robin is hot from the Zodiac Zone.
Well, good for her.
Is she hot?
Yeah, she's not bad.
All right. Well, that's what little MySpace trickery, or are we going to be able to see a photo?
That's what you need from your radio show.
Her MySpace is private. I'd have to.
Private?
How do you have a
She's
private
on the
MySpace
fucking
if you're on the radio?
air.
You found it, Sam?
Yeah, Danny helped me find the horoscopes.
All right.
What's your sign again?
Mine's Gemini.
Oh, that fits you so well.
That's what so many people
The
tell me.
duality.
That's what so many people tell me, Ant.
The two sides of Greg Opie Hughes.
Unpredictable.
Yes.
A little
You're wild.
crazy at times.
You're like Greg the Shark.
Fucking assholes. Go ahead.
Okay.
What do we got today?
Get ready to be freaked out.
All right.
Communication and commerce. That's where you're a communicator, you're a radio DJ.
Right.
Planet Mercury is having an effect on your home and family. You have both those things. So saying what you mean to someone can be easier than you thought. Being comfortable about your decisions in life is a nice, peaceful feeling to have, but you may have to wait a week or two for all the pieces to fall into place. Oh. Don't worry, Opie. They will.
Oh.
That is so fucking vague. And then they give you an out. If this shit doesn't happen right at time, right away, they give you fucking 2 weeks.
It's a couple of weeks, and by then you forgot about it.
Right, and you're reading the next horoscope.
So it doesn't matter. All right, what's mine? I would be, as the show is horse shit. I am bull. Bullshit. Taurus the bull.
Taurus the bull. That fits you perfectly.
That fits me very, very well.
Oh
usually,
my God.
usually I just sit, graze, everything's fine and dandy. I could take a lot, but you rile me up a little too much, and you're gonna get you mess with the bull, you're gonna get the horns.
That's right.
That's right.
You're the definition of Taurus.
Yeah,
you certainly
That's
are.
me. I am definitely Taurus.
By the way, these reports are coming from Jennifer Angel.
Oh,
so
they got to be accurate.
Anthony, if you need to say something to get it off your mind, then do so without delay.
Hey, Sam, you're a dick.
Why would you? Come on, let me finish.
It said without delay.
I know. If it's a personal matter, then Mercury, the communication planet, which we discussed earlier, will help you convey your viewpoints in a diplomatic way so that others will not only listen, but take notice. Be careful of always having the answers and not allowing others to contribute their point of view. The way to build relationships
Anthony's
is to
going solo.
Respect other people.
Nothing. That was pretty funny.
Respect other people. I'll
Right.
give that a try.
So maybe
That's
you could
gonna be
have
weird
said,
for you, Ed.
Yeah, it's something new.
That's going to be a little strange for you.
I could have said, Sam, I think you're a dick. Here's why.
Oh, okay.
And then let me
But
maybe...
it said without delay. That's
true.
why I didn't want to even wait for the rest of the horoscope, but now I realize I should have.
That's true.
So now, instead of me doing with the horoscope, now I've read the horoscope and I'm affected by it, and that's why I would do it, which makes it stupid.
You probably do it anyway because it's right there.
Don't read my horoscope. I don't want it to affect the future.
Well, it'll create a chain reaction.
Yes.
I'm getting more info. I'm getting more info on Marley the comedian.
Are you?
Remember there was a Fred Zeppelin on this station that does 4 to midnight on Sundays?
Of course.
Marley's real name, Anthony, is Bob. Bob Marley is a huge local celebrity.
It's Bob Marley.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, he is. Jeremy in Portland has info. Jeremy.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, man.
Bob Marley is one of those local celebrities in Maine that everyone in Maine thinks he's a really, really big deal, just, because it's such a small community and everything. And you're right. All he does is tell, local jokes and goes on the Tonight Show and bombs every once in a while. But he's got his own kiosk here in the mall. And
no way.
It's a Bob Marley merchandise kiosk and usually has absolutely nobody at it, of course. But one time during the year, he does like a Christmas show, like a 4-day show at an auditorium around here that surprisingly sells out. And he goes to the mall at his kiosk and he signs autographs and shakes hands, and people, get in line. They bring their kids. They can't believe they're meeting him. I mean, the guy's such a jackass. I can't stand him. So I'm a little embarrassed that that's the main flavor that's being thrown out there.
There was something in there that really confused me. He goes on the Tonight Show?
Yeah, he was on the Tonight Show a couple of times.
Is that like a cable access show from Bangor, Maine?
Yeah.
Or are we
Tonight
talking
Show.
about the Tonight Show starring Jay Leno?
No, the Tonight Show. And
the
the
fuck?
reason
Are you
why
kidding me?
Is, yeah, he tells he's got people nationally don't care about how much the local clam shack in Wiscasset sucks. I mean, his jokes don't translate on a national level.
No.
He's terrible.
They don't translate on any level.
You didn't hear the bumper car joke?
I sort of.
That was good.
I did
and
tap
bumper
out a
cars
little
are universal.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, man.
And also, Dean in New York has something on this Marley guy. Dean.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Good morning. I want to point out that this Bob Marley, he won a comedy competition on Raw Dog where people pulled in and voted all weekend long.
Where's this Raw Dog? Where's that heard?
It's actually on Sirius XM.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's actually down the hall.
Oh.
Nice people over there.
Well, he beat out classic comedy comedians like Mitch Hedberg and Jimmy Norton.
Shut the fuck up. Are you serious, Dean?
I'm serious.
His comedy's more relatable, I feel like.
Is it, Sam?
I feel like it's
Is
a little
it?
more
Thank
friendly.
You, Dean. All right, and one more. John in Michigan. John.
Hi, John.
Hey, good morning, boys.
Everyone's saying they play him on Raw Dog all the time.
Wow.
All right. What do you got, John?
Huge get for this show.
One of those last two motherfuckers stole everything that I was going to say. So,
Okay.
Sam, only 29 days until First Right 2009.
Not even 29, right?
Punch it out.
All right.
I don't know anything about it.
2 weeks. Are you going or not?
I don't know anything about it.
All right, we'll figure that out during the break.
Yeah.
Bob Marley's one of Brewer's friends. This is getting worse and worse by the minute.
Wait. Brewer, the guy that used to come on our show, or Brewer, the pizza salesman? Which one? Which Brewer?
Jackpot.
Is it Brewer?
I could do those commercials. Jackpot.
Is it Brewer, the guy that did that fucking brilliant dog chasing you down the street joke? Or the cheese is in the crust Brewer?
Jackpot.
Jackpot.
Hey,
he's all over.
That's a
Good
fucking
for him.
national commercial. For
I
him.
know.
What the fuck?
I'm not mocking him. I just think it's, it was kind of weird to see him. They're doing a Pizza Hut commercial.
All right, we're going to take a quick break because when we get back, I think Bill Burr and Jenny Brand join the program.
Yeah.
Let's not forget David Duchovny from Californication in at 9 o'clock.
You don't even have to hear it. You could watch it and read his lips saying, jackpot.
Dude, if Pizza Hut called you and said, could you do the jackpot commercial?
Dude, I'd do it blowing a guy.
Well, there you go. I would run out of this studio.
For that money? I want to get some of that Pizza Hut money, yo.
Oh, yeah. That's some solid money.
Look at his mouth. You can see, watch him. Jackpot! Jackpot. Here it is, too. Jackpot!
You don't even need the audio.
No sound needed. No sound needed. Watch his commercial with the sound off, and you can just see him go, jackpot!
I used to love Pizza Hut's spaghetti.
What?
They had a great
like-
spaghetti.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Jackpot! There he goes, floating in the pool.
All right, quick break, Ant, because when
All
we
right.
get back, we're going to continue with Jocktober, and we're going to give you your story of the day before David Duchovny gets here at 9.
There you go.
It's a doozy, and it's not the Letterman story that we spent an hour on. But when we get back, we continue Jocktober with Drifty. Drifty calls up with the foliage report.
Yes.
What? No way.
Yeah. Dude, it's leaf peeping season.
I know.
Come on.
I know. I
Where have
forgot.
you been?
It's local.
Yeah, but sometimes Drifty gets a little wacky and veers off topic.
But silly old Drifty is just eating his homemade jerky.
That's right. Hope you guys like jerky jokes.
Who doesn't?
A lot of them.
Now,
Really?
a lot of them. There's a lot of jerky material?
Yes.
All right.
After the break, we get a lot of jerky jokes. That rules.
Nice.
Fucking
Jackpot.
Fucking Jocktober rules.
Yeah.
And I want to see if
love
Travis
Jocktober.
was paying attention during this past break.
Oh, really?
What is he going to play going into break?
Aw, shit, yo.
Is he going to play the one I was thinking?
Well,
He's
now
going to
the
find out
pressure-
right now.
He's
pressure's
panicking.
on. The pressure's on. He
What
doesn't know
were you
what
going
to
to play,
do.
Travis?
He just slit his own throat. Oh, my God.
Yeah,
He
he's
couldn't
dead.
take it.
Is he fumbling now?
He's
No,
dead.
I was going to play a Jocktober sweeper and then go to break.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Are we not synced up today?
Oh, boy.
Oh, jeez.
boy.
That connection is not there.
No laughing Elvis. Oh.
That would have been
yeah, okay.
That is a good one.
I would have said Laughing Elvis.
No, that
you
wa-
wouldn't have, Sam.
Yeah, that wasn't an obvious one. No, play whatever. I don't give a shit.
No, I want to make you happy. Hang on.
That was the Skinny Elvis from 1977, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? And Sam, people are contacting you. Where? On Twitter about bad radio shows?
Yes, people can just My
Okay.
Twitter name's not Sam, so people could just do a little.
Well, what is it?
At not.
Yeah, what is
stop,
your name?
Stop being wise, guys. It's NOTSAM. That's what it is.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's not Sam. That's my name. That's
But what is your Twitter?
my.
Elephant isn't Sam. What is it?
I don't care what it's not.
But your name is Sam.
I know that's my alias.
But I don't get it.
It's very
Are
complicated.
you being extorted?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
An old station in Portland also, thank you, Jeff in Boston. Maybe we can find this. It's an actual YouTube video worth taking a peek at. Your old station here in Portland, I guess we were on a station in Portland, did a fake suspension ad. We love the fake suspension.
Fake
3 DJs were
suspension.
suspended from our old radio station for not playing commercials.
Whoa, that's wild.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
That's crazy.
You know what I
And
got?
there's a video, I guess. The link to the video is up on Instant Feedback. What?
Speaking of old stations, a picture was sent to me of the WNEW studios, which is now in ruin. It's all ripped apart because I
really?
guess they took it down to that building.
Oh, they moved
where
all their stations south.
Yeah, all their stations are now in like one building.
Right.
So a couple of people I know were able to gain access into there during the deconstruction of the studios. Took a couple of pictures, and I'm like, oh, I remember that. And it's just, dude, it's just decimated, ripped apart.
I want to see this.
Well, I think I got the picture on my phone. I'll show you. But you know what I have that is going. First of all, today the big window goes in my studio downstairs for the compound.
Wait, you're putting a window in?
Yeah, I'm getting a
so
studio
people can
window.
watch from.
So people can watch, or I don't feel like I'm just trapped in a little room. So I'm getting a window put in.
What the fuck, dude?
And
when is your place going to be perfect?
Never. I just keep working.
I didn't know you were
work in progress.
You're putting a window
Putting
in.
one of the
It's
real
gonna look
windows.
really like a radio station.
It's a real window too.
That's
that
classic.
they're putting
You're
in.
going to have chairs out there so people can just kind of sit?
Well, people can sit.
Couple speakers and
watch,
shit?
but It's not so much so people can sit and watch as much.
They
as
just want to make sure you're not passed out in there.
that way. Yeah.
So they could, walk by the
Yeah.
big window and make sure you're okay.
And it feels a little more like you can, look out. It's not like I'm in a little boxy room. But what they got for me, which is going up outside the door, the original on-air sign that we used, that we had, that was outside the door of the studio.
I would kill to have that.
I got that. It's going right up over my studio.
I would kill to have that for my
Isn't
shitter.
that great?
My shitter bathroom.
You have it on the air light when you're shitting. That is pretty funny.
Thank you.
Stupid radio guys have an on-air light. Look, see, please don't
See,
come
I'm in here shitting.
On
Gonna
the
get
air.
it.
There's a toilet on the top of Drudge right now. Dude, I swear to you. They're fucking with me.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow, what's up with that? There's a weird thing
It's a
happening today.
toilet.
He ain't lying. Look at that. The toilet right up there.
That's fucked up. No, you have Newt Gingrich. But I had a toilet.
Well, he's a toilet face.
It was don'tmakeUspay.org or something.
Huh?
It was some kind of a political thing, but they showed a toilet and things going down the toilet.
Sure they did.
But I was
Anthony.
just talking about
sure
a toilet.
Sure they did.
God, this is getting scary.
Sure they did. All right, we're going to take a quick break.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I completely agree with Dictator Chicken. I don't get this one. Worst radio jock, Larry Norton.
What?
Not to be confused with Jimmy from 97 Rock in Buffalo. And he does that whole lobster is loose thing. It is horrendous how
Which
bad
makes
Larry
no
Norton
sense.
is. And he's an institution up there. I don't get it. Never got it.
Maybe he'll be featured.
We all worked together in Rochester. He was just a dumb little production guy, and then went and got his own show in Buffalo.
Rochester.
He's huge in Buffalo. You got to give him. I don't know why though. I just can't fathom it. All right, we'll take a break, and we're gonna get into the jerky jokes next.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it's like Jerky Boys.
No, it's like you know beef jerky, like dried meat.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's like dried meat.
All right.
Yeah, a lot of comedy fodder there.
Just start thinking for when we get back to it.
Travis, get us out of here, will you?
How you been?
It's the Opie and Anthony show. You don't want any of this, Vinny.
Not sick.
I'm a bit sick. I think it's just a really bad allergy, though. We got Vinny Brand from the Stress Factory in studio with Bill Burr. And we got reports that you guys know Bob Marley, the comedian.
Yeah, great guy.
Fuck.
Great guy.
But the material we played sucked. Because people are saying that he's a funny guy, but
he's doing some stuff on some radio show that we're goofing on because it's Jocktober again, where we take a look at some of the talent around the country.
You've done a Jocktober with us.
Dude, have you heard some of the horrific material that I have to do on the radio?
Really?
Just because it'd be like, yeah, this is sort of like a soccer mom sort of audience, and just stay away from basically all topics that are funny.
Yeah.
And no allusion to drugs. Is that the right word? Illusion? No. Alluding.
Alluding, yes.
No alluding
You
to
can
drugs.
say illusion.
Illusion, whatever.
Illusion. Marley's
Don't
hysterical.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you go in there, yeah, it's, I don't know. You know,
No,
what
but
are you
this
gonna
seems
do?
like he does this on a semi-regular basis with this show because
He's
it's like a
he's
character.
a god up there. He sells theaters out. All he's funny as
And
hell.
he's hilarious. Dude, he's hilarious. I'm not
funny as
lying
shit.
to you.
I am fucking beside myself.
I don't get it. What I heard, I don't get it.
Please. Just
You sit down with
don't
these
put
guys.
me in this position.
I know. I understand.
Bill walks right into it.
I really don't. I don't want to. Believe me, dude. You know why? Because you could do this to me. You could find me on the road, and I'm with it. They always have there's always a regular name and then a crazy name.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, that's what it
Eddie
is.
and the Bullfrog.
It's Mark the Shark.
In this case, it's Mark the Shark.
Exactly.
Is
Yeah.
on this show.
All right, you defended him.
Mark and End Table coming up here live,
No,
and they're
there's-
like,
I know
"What's the deal?" And you got to roll with it.
I know there's one called Larry and Floor Wax.
Lewis and Floor Wax. I do that show all the time. Yeah,
I think it
great
used to be
guys.
Larry. I
Great
think they got
guys.
rid of Larry and
Really?
got Lewis or something.
Oh yeah, Lewis
I don't
and
know.
Floor Wax.
I hear
That's
they're
actually
all right, but
it's a great show.
Why Floor Wax?
Does he
I
explain?
don't know. Jesus, guys, don't kill me on this one.
No,
Those guys are great guys. They help me sell a ton of tickets.
Yeah, you
Never
can't really.
not bashing him.
Dude, you got this is the funniest damn thing ever. Whenever I'm on the road, right, and I come walking in, the radio is the biggest thing to let people know you're coming in. The amount of times I walk into a room and I'm just like, "Hey guys, thanks a lot, thanks for having me," and everybody's just sort of and I'm just looking at the sides of everybody's faces. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what did Opie and Anthony say about these guys? What did they say about them? What did they say? I mean, dude, I'm telling you, there's some. I just feel like they must have dedicated an hour
just bashing this show.
Yeah. And they're really, really hurt. You guys go for marrow.
Sorry about that. What can we say?
I mean, I don't. No, I had somebody up in Connecticut hang up on me one time, right?
Really?
I'm doing a phoner. I'm in L.A., sitting in my garage in my Prius, right, like an idiot. And I'm doing this phoner, an 8 a.m. phoner. And, so it's like 5 a.m. L.A. time. I'm on my phone, my eyes closed, somehow killing on this show. And they're like, yeah, you're going to be in Connecticut, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, what was up with that Philly thing or something? They didn't even, or something that ended up me talking about you guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I was working, I was doing the tour with Opie and Anthony, and I went blah, blah, and then they go, and then the guy just goes, okay, you have a good day. And then I hear people start, I hear people start laughing, and then he just hangs up on me.
Oh, brother. What show was it?
You know what? I don't remember.
We'll get him back.
It was one of those things where I was hyping something I was doing on TV, and I literally have this list from my publicist. Call this person at 5 a.m., call this person at 5:15. So I was actually, in a way, relieved. And I also thought it was funny because I kind of figured someone from O&A was going to be listening, and somehow they'd play the audio. But maybe the show was so horrific that your listeners weren't even listening to it even as a joke.
It's such a guilt by association thing with radio. It's like radio is, if you've been on this show, you're persona non grata.
Dude, it's
Don't
prison.
talk about it.
It's prison, and I'm wearing the wrong colors.
Yeah.
And I walk down the wrong corridor thinking I'm in the Aryan section, and I'm in the Mexican gang section.
You're with the princesses.
Yeah. No, it's bad.
So, all right, so Bob Marley's funny.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah, he's really goddamn funny.
Yeah. He
All
is.
right.
Yeah. Totally vouch for him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Vouched for and everything.
I know, we killed him.
Yeah.
Damn.
Destroyed him.
Should have, maybe chimed in a little earlier before we completely destroyed him.
And I'd like to say that if I'm ever in Bangor, I would love to do the show, boys.
Oh.
I don't give a shit. Well, who cares?
Banga.
Well, maybe we move on from Jocktober for a little bit.
Maybe.
Oh, you want to hear a good road story? Me and Joe DeRosa. We're working the Improv, and so I'm not going to say where, just in case they're listening there. So these two whoas come out to the show, sit in the front row, titties out, the whole damn thing, right? Talking to them, lady, figure out that I'm pretty much thinking that they're strippers, right? So it's the end of the weekend. I had a great weekend, and, the whole staff, everybody's going out. So, I'm buying some rounds. So the first hua comes in, and, I just bought Joe a drink. I'm like, hey, you want something to drink? She's like, yeah. So I get her a drink. We're talking or whatever. And then, 10 minutes later, the second one comes walking in. And just like a stripper, she totally, breaks the whole situation down. There's my friend. She has a drink. I know she didn't pay for it. What's the nearest dick to that drink? And she sees me. Okay? Now, the first girl was cool. The first stripper was cool, but the second girl had a voice that literally could break the glass on those flat screen TVs. I wanted to fucking choke her. So she comes up to the bar and she just says, hey, titties all over the bar. She looks at me. She's like, hey, Bill. She's like, what are you drinking? And I already know what she's doing. I'm like, well, I'm drinking an Oktoberfest. And then there's an awkward pause, and she's just like, how is it? And I'm like, well, it's delicious, right? And then once again, typical stripper. She's like, well, there's no money to be made here. Moves to the next dick, which is Joe. And then she goes, Joe, what are you drinking? And Joe gets this shit-eating grin on his face, and he goes, a Bud Light. Why? Would you like to buy me one? Right? Dude, and me and the other stripper just start laughing our asses off, and now this girl's caught. She's like, what? What, you don't think I'll buy a round? I'll buy a round. And then Joe goes, yeah, why don't you buy it? Buy a round. Why don't you pay it forward for every fucking guy who ever bought you a goddamn drink and you took it and you walked away? I think you should buy me and my good friend Bill Burr a drink. And he got it all the way up to her getting us both a beer and a shot. And we're laughing our asses off as she's sitting there saying that she's going to do it. So the round comes over. We think it's, that she paid for it. On the sly, she put it on her boyfriend's credit card. She tried to do that, and the waitress busted her. And then in the end, she ended up putting on her ATM card. And when we got the drinks, we said, hey, thanks a lot. And we both got up and walked away.
Revenge.
I love about Joe. I had no idea that he hated women more than me. You should have seen when he realized what she was doing. His head, somehow, he was sitting onto the right side of me, and his head was going past me. He's sticking his neck out so far with this fucking look of, why? Would you like to buy me one?
Buy me one?
Oh, all of it was laced with, you dumb cunt.
Fucking Bill Burr. Bill's going to be at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, New Jersey this weekend. That's a good one, Bill.
That is perfect.
Oh, we got to do
so many fucking whoas like that.
We got to do the Goodfellas line too, because afterwards we were standing on the opposite side of the bar, just laughing our asses off. And I was drinking the beer she bought, and I yelled, "Hey, Joe!" And I pointed at the beer. I'm like, "Delicious, delicious,
delicious, delicious."
Let's go to John the trucker. John, what's up, buddy?
Hey, John.
Hi.
Hey, John.
Happy birthday, Jimmy. Bill Burr was on Lex and Terry last week. I'm surprised you guys didn't rag on him.
Why?
We don't rag on these guys for doing other radio shows.
They got a fucking, they're plugging gigs.
Yes.
Why, you guys had a fight with them too?
No. Of course we did. Who haven't we had a fight with
Thank
at this
God I
point?
didn't bring you guys up, because that would have been like, okay, thanks a lot. And zoom me out of the studio.
Ago.
Yeah, I think
that was a while ago.
Yeah, that's a.
All right.
Let's say hi to Sean in Georgia. Sean.
You're missing the best part of the Lex and Terry interview.
What?
They decided to play this bit for him where they had the guy from Creed's lyrics and him singing, and they said they couldn't figure out what to say, and they played it for Bill, and he goes, "Oh no, he's saying this," and they just couldn't. They're like, "Oh well, you still can't understand what he's saying," and Bill just goes, "No, he's saying this right here," and he just kept shutting them down.
I don't remember saying that. I had a great time on that show, and they helped me sell a ton of tickets. Can you guys stop fucking killing me here?
Callers, Belts, callers.
Why would I say that to your listeners? Now they're all going to call in.
Yeah. Now we'll blow off the phones and feedback for a while.
Yeah. Jesus Christ! I'm just trying to do the road here, guys.
Another newsreader.
Some tickets.
Another newsreader having a problem on the local news ant. We all remember this one.
Keep fucking that chicken.
Keep fucking that chicken.
Keep fucking that chicken.
How did he get away with that?
Quick apology and that's it.
Yeah.
Business as usual.
I want to apologize to
I think
anybody who might have been offended by the language I used, and then he's fine. He said, keep fucking that chicken. It's bestiality. It's fucking an obscene word. The context of it is.
He got away with that, and in his private life, that's how he talks. That's how it slipped out. But in his public life, in his public life, he's Mr. Ernie Anastas. He's Mr. Up and Straight.
And our point is, radio guy does that, done.
Fired.
Yeah. So fired. You don't get a chance to apologize for that.
Well, he went off the teleprompter. He started panicking when he stepped up. Yeah. When he left the safety line,
Yeah,
Comes my real personality slipping out. He keep fucking chickens.
He probably wanted to say, keep choking that chicken, and he's like...
Or plucking or something, and fucking came out. Because he was just smiling, and the weather guy that he said that to just kind of went, I will. Like, because he didn't even know how to acknowledge it. So he acknowledged it like he never said it.
I think they don't even, the only one that even heard it was the girl, because the girl's like, holy shit, with the eyes.
Like, what the fuck?
All right, if you guys want to talk about a nightmare on the road, it's whenever you're doing TV. Because, first of all, I don't think it sells any tickets.
Yeah, true.
Like, who's sitting there watching thing, and you walk in there, and, like, they always interview, and they're not listening to you. They'll be like, yeah, so you live out, you live in Rhode Island? And you're like, well, blah, blah, blah. And they're literally reading their next question.
Yeah. Well, you're answering that one.
Yeah, and they're all dressed like whores, and there's this vibe that everybody's sort of fucking each other. There's always, like, this sexual tension in there.
That's the new news. Yeah, that's like the new thing to have. Look at that. What we got right there. It's kind of, just sitting there.
Well, she's the one. She's the one that goes, my husband.
Entertainment reporter.
Yeah. All right, well, here's a newsreader. Fuck it up. Listen to this one.
Lawmakers in Michigan failed to reach an agreement yesterday on spending cuts in an attempt to balance the budget.
That's my favorite. That one makes me laugh.
Spending
that one happens a lot.
That's called a wife or girlfriend a spending cunt.
Lawmakers in Michigan failed to reach an agreement yesterday on spending cuts in an attempt to balance the budget. That means the time state workers show up today, they could be sent right back home. Essential services like police and prisons will continue running.
There you go.
I like how she flubbed the next couple of words.
Yeah.
She's just like, out of all, I just said cunt. That's the worst.
How they get
Someone
back to
call
it?
my agent.
Did you just say cunt? Fucking reporter.
Lawmakers in Michigan failed to reach an agreement yesterday on spending cuts.
That was cunts. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Yeah.
I say the F word a lot on shows we're not allowed to say it, and they don't realize I say it, because I was about to say, like, fucking, and I stop at the K, but I was like, well, you can't, like...
Yeah.
It's kind of like...
Once the C comes out, you don't need the K.
But I keep going. I wait for them to dump, and they don't, and I'm like, all right, nobody noticed. I really just said it there, but fortunately I kind of mumble.
Yeah, they'll nail you on that, too. Stupid radio.
We should do the story of the day.
Yeah, I love this one. And having Bill in here for this one,
Well, Bill, it's a Boston legend.
Okay.
Ted Williams is back in the
Ted
news.
Williams story that I
Is
read
he
in the
alive
paper.
now? Did they screw his head onto
Well,
a frozen torso?
It involves his head.
Last we left Ted Williams, his head was just frozen.
When
upside
last
down.
we left you.
Upside down.
For some reason, it's upside down.
Yes.
So it doesn't leak out.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like a pumpkin.
Yeah, you don't want all the juices leaking out of the neck.
They put a handle on the bottom like one of those kettlebells you work out with.
This is a horrible story.
They might as well have, Bill, because they're doing some horrendous things to the head, to Ted Williams' head.
Ted Williams' head.
Where's the story? And I don't have it in front of me.
Oh, my God. I don't have it in front of me, but I read the whole fucking thing.
Okay, listen to this. This is what's going on with Ted Williams.
Apparently, well, we all remember back in the day when Ted Williams died, there was a lot of controversy because his son said
fuckhead that he is.
Yeah, fuckhead that, well, he's dead now, too. And I think they froze him. He died of leukemia, Ted Williams' son.
And they died. They froze
him too. I think they did. Well, anyway, he said that Ted wanted to be frozen, cryogenically frozen, so that if a cure for whatever ailed him, death, ever came around way in the future, they could take his brain and somehow reanimate him in some way, shape, or form. That's why they only saved his head.
Which I all thought was ridiculous until about 2 weeks ago. But continue.
All right.
There you go.
Please hold that fucking Bill Burr thought.
Because I thought it was the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. But continue.
Well, I think we should hear Bill first.
All right, this is website.
Because this is what you're hoping is going to happen to your head. And then Ant will explain what happened to Ted's head.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
All right. Awesome, okay. Well, most of my conspiracy theory obviously is based on losers. Wikipedia and YouTube.
Well, that's true.
There's actually a website, TED.com, where they have actual like
TED.com.
They actually have like real scientists, and they have all kinds of different things, like what's going to be in like the future, like literally like whatever, like your iPhone.
Yeah.
Some of the computer graphics. This guy's like moving stuff around, and all these tech geeks are like, oh my god, freaking out. But then they have some of these medical things, and they showed this whole thing where like when you're like a baby and like a baby, and she had a baby, man, and the there's two words, lady, and baby. I can't say without doing either impression. But like the baby's first trimester, if somehow it loses a limb, you have the ability to regrow an entire limb.
Really?
Evidently, like a fucking gnat. And also a newborn baby, if the tip of its finger gets accidentally cut off, I don't know how the fuck it would, but in the first like 6 months, it will regrow nail and all.
Yeah,
but then,
I cannot believe that.
Yeah, dude, you think? Look at me. I have no medical background. I'll show you the video. I'll find it during the break. So basically, they're trying to tap into being able to turn that back on in your body, and basically talking about being able to regenerate all organs. I'm too stupid to explain it, but I was looking at this and I was like, do you know what? If this is basically saying if you had enough money that when you were 90 years old, like a car, you could do a body-off restoration of yourself and just reattach it. You could essentially, I'm not going to say live forever, but you could definitely get another 60 years. I don't know what they do about the
another
bones.
life or so out of you.
Or the skin.
Yeah,
No.
They could redo the skin,
shit
too?
they are working on.
Fuck.
Yeah, they were taking like all that stem cell stuff, and they were talking about how people who usually have like a colostomy bag, like they grew like another like a
piece of intestine.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Stephen S. writes, then why doesn't a baby's foreskin grow back, Bill?
Oh, that's easily explained by someone with a medical background. I have no idea. How the fuck would I know that? Dude, this guy, he had the lab coat on. He had a stethoscope.
All right.
Dude, have you guys been trashing those assholes who go on Oprah and they're still in their scrubs?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any idea what
I saw that yesterday,
Why?
matter of fact.
Why?
Do you understand that if you actually have scrubs and you're doing any sort of surgery, the amount of blood spatter that is on those fucking things, they're disgusting.
It's not neat.
It's his TV scrubs, though, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're all scrubbed up.
They're all
All
scrubbed
cleaned up, right out of the laundry.
Because you got to know that.
We just ironed this.
You
Put
got to
it
know
on.
you're listening to a doctor.
Yeah, if you're a construction worker, you walk out with a hammer on your belt. Just the fact that you can actually intelligently talk about construction, I should know that, right? Do you have to come out there like an iced coffee?
Yes.
Anybody else want to add some to this hilarity? No. Sorry.
Well,
so I'm thinking, who the hell knows? Maybe they could actually, come divine, some sort of corkscrew, and they could screw Ted Williams' frozen head on.
Head on it.
I would just love to watch that hose. He thaws out, and then I'll just. So as I was saying.
Yeah.
2120. There's a black guy president. Wow. What the fuck is going on?
He said, well, we don't have to freeze his whole body. We can freeze his head.
So.
Yes.
Ted Williams. That's some nice thoughts, Bill, but this is what is really happening with the head that was frozen.
I didn't have my finger on the pulse.
You're kind of there.
In theory, it's nice.
Freezing the whole body takes a lot. Some people do that, but this particular method is just freezing the head, hoping that sometime in the future you could take the brain and somehow reanimate it and put it into something. It's got to be so far in the future that it's stuff we don't even understand. So that's what they're waiting for. But this place didn't seem to be the best place to do this. First of all, they just found out like little things, like around these cryogenic tanks are just boxes and garbage and junk piled up, files, like file instead, those big cardboard things with files in them, they're just stacked up next to the cryogenic freezer. You picture this sterile environment looking like the future? No, it's a warehouse, and they're just throwing shit in. Where we need some room, fuck it, put it next to Ted Williams.
Every now and again, the power goes off. Oh.
Yeah. And it's supposed to have all kinds of backup generators. This thing is supposed to keep running.
Everything's fine. What's he going to die again? Everything's fine. Everything is fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Put those files by Ted's head.
Yeah, put it by Ted's head. And it's supposed to, the power is supposed to be uninterrupted for like 2,000 years. to this place? Because once the power goes out and they thaw, that's it.
Yeah. So one bad storm, and there goes that idea.
But the freezing
Someone hit the
also
telephone pole.
fucks shit up.
Dude, one divorce by the right guy in the company.
Yeah. They also say the freezing itself fucks up the tissue. But they're hoping in the future.
It's like ice cream.
Yeah,
He's
bad
got
ice
that.
cream,
He's got
but
that
it's freezer burn.
You get freezer burn in the brain. Ted's
It
got
doesn't
freezer
taste
burn.
right.
So what happened was they used they said some kind of archaic tools and method to remove Ted's head.
Hammer and chisel.
So yeah, it wasn't.
Now they sawed that right off. There had to be a saw.
It had to be just a saw,
Yeah.
a hacksaw from like fucking the hardware store, Ace Hardware.
Oh,
They
they're
went
saying
to
when
Ace.
they took it from
When
his
they
body.
initially took it off his body, they just cut it off with some archaic method. They said. So it could have been anything, like a pocket knife,
Yeah.
a fucking buck knife.
It has to be an archaic method. There's
Anything.
no new method to remove a head.
Yeah, remove a head. But you would think, again, this place being this futuristic, we will cryogenically freeze you and you will be reanimated in the future. You think like they're using a laser to take your head
Right.
off.
Some
And meanwhile,
horrific scene.
It's
That
just some
truly
guy
is-
making minimum wage with a hatchet.
Yeah, blood splattering on the walls.
That truly is one of the great scams.
Oh,
Like
it
I
is.
always wanted to meet these guys who make $1 million off like those 1995 and just go drinking with them because after a couple drinks they just start laughing.
Yeah.
Like what's that one you guys do the shuggle whatever the hell it's called the blanket shirt.
Oh, the
the
Snuggie.
fucking Snuggie, yeah.
Snuggie.
Yeah, the
Shuggle.
Snuggie's back. Shovel.
That went away fast.
Well, no, there's new Snuggies out now.
Oh, there
Designer
are?
Snuggies. Yeah, different patterns.
Oh,
now you
thank
can get
God.
a Snuggie.
Different
that's
colors? Thank
leopard
you.
skin and things like that. Oh, yeah, they look great. Look at that fucking thing. It's a blanket, asshole. It's a
Yeah, they
sweater.
have that on American Airlines. It's one
Do
of those
they?
airline awful.
Ugh, I'd love to see those floating in the ocean in some fucking burning wreckage.
Jesus
With one lone
them.
one lone suitcase.
Snuggie and some sneakers.
So what were they doing to Ted's head?
Yeah, so they took Ted's head off, and then they freeze it. Now, for some reason, they embed microphones into his head, into the skull, and then they dip it into some kind of liquid nitrogen and bring the temperature down to minus 320 degrees. They heard on the microphones Ted Williams' brain cracking 16 times. There's a recording of his brain cracking
Yeah, it swelled
16 times.
just like an ice cube. It was
It's
like
like
the ice cube
anything else.
tray.
Yeah. You ever put ice in a warm drink and it just goes. That's what happened to Ted's
This is
head.
the reality, Bill.
He's gonna wake up with a severe headache. Oh, my fucking head's killing me.
Yeah.
It gets way worse than
Then
this.
they put him.
Listen to this.
Then they put him into the cryogenic head freezing compartment, which. You can't just lay his round head in the thing because then it would kind of tip over and lean on the side. It's
prop it
not
up with
supposed to
the
touch
chunky
the
monkey.
casing. What they propped it up with, they put the top of his head and rested it like a golf ball on a tee on a Bumblebee tuna fish can. That is what Ted Williams' head
Bill's getting depressed.
was
That's
sitting
great.
on. And I guess for
They couldn't
some
find
reason,
anything better.
He's gonna
you would
wake
think
up
there'd be
hungry.
Some kind of pedestal.
tungsten. It's made of tungsten, so it doesn't damage the something platinum. Something so the price is justified. It's an empty Bumblebee
Get
tuna
one of those
fish can.
trophy bases with that
Yeah.
little cheesy piece of velvet.
Exactly, something. But they put it in a tuna fish can. Then at some point they needed to take his head out. I don't even think they needed to. I think some people were taking pictures with his head. Yes, some people that worked there were taking photographs with Ted Williams' frozen head.
How bad do you want to see one of those pictures?
Oh,
I
you definitely.
know, come on. So then they had to do something about the tuna fish can because it was now stuck to the top of Ted's head. So one of the employees...
That's when they turn his head back on.
Yeah,
You gotta wait till it melts.
Hi.
They
I
turn
always
his-
look for the slider. Kids today can't hit to the opposite field.
And they store him upside down, neck up. That's wrong, too.
Yeah, well, they have to because it would leak out. Opie's right. It would be frozen.
Yeah,
you
they
don't want it to rest on the
Seal
neck.
that with something.
But it's
Keep
on
thinking pumpkin.
It's on the top of his head. Now he's got a Bumblebee tuna fish hat on his head. So they got to remove the Bumblebee tuna fish thing. So one of the employees grabs a monkey wrench and starts swinging at this tuna fish can.
And
misses, smacks his 317 degree below zero face, where now pieces crack off of his face and fly across the room.
His nose went across the room.
Something he missed with a monkey wrench and hit a frozen fucking solid head. So it cracked.
Why don't we go there and just steal his head?
It
and do the
cracked.
right thing for him.
And apparently they put it back in and froze him up again. But they're just allegations of
This is what they can
grave
say.
improprieties.
This is
going
all
on.
they have to say to them is say, listen, by the time we unfreeze this guy, if the technology exists to screw this guy's head back onto some other torso, you think his nose being detached is really going to be a fucking
nothing.
problem?
There'll be nothing. They'll be able to put a new nose on. Where's the Mick? I want to talk to the Mick. What? What year is it? Holy shit. He fucking...
All right. Yeah, he's done. He's finished. I got it. Yeah.
He's done. I guess the future thing is that they think they could grab the essence of who you are out of your brain and completely put it in some kind of automated thing, automaton, or maybe some cloned thing. But you're not actually going to be using the head and brain that is now cracked like a fucking ice cube.
They might as well just use the bust they have of him in the Hall of Fame at this point.
Yeah,
try to reattach that to a body.
They should just take some brain tissue maybe and freeze it and then hope they can then clone you, and by having some of your brain
This fucking place needs to be
Here's
shut
an
down.
idea. Just bury you. It's over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a new thought.
Yeah.
Just fucking, who wants to come back to this mess? It's a fucking mess. Just die already.
Is that? Yeah, that's pretty much it. They took the rest of his body and
Plus, that is kind of
cremated him.
selfish for him to want to come back. It's like, really, you didn't get enough out of life. One of the greatest hitters of all time. You played a sport.
War hero.
War hero. How much pussy do you think you got on the road?
Oh, please. Yeah.
Was it his idea to come back? Or was it his family?
That's just it. His son.
I think it was his son.
His son
I
had
think
that
Ted was
will
ready.
that was all
Look,
like
you know
fucking
these
scrawled out
athletes.
on a napkin.
Why'd they need that tuna can off his head? What was the deal?
I don't know. For some reason, they needed that tuna can off. Maybe like people were coming by to inspect something. It's like, ooh, we got to get the real piece here. I don't think we could use this tuna can. They're going to be very upset.
Maybe the family was coming by for Father's Day. So they want to make sure he was
smells like fish.
presentable.
Fucking fishy smelling
Yeah,
hair.
why'd you leave the label on? We could have told him when you look through the ice, you can actually see it.
Yeah,
Did I say Starkist?
My dad's head resting in a tuna fish can. How much do I pay?
We could do a little more Jocktober.
Jocktober.
Want to do a little Jocktober with us, Bill?
Absolutely. Yeah, I can tell you. I went to the Monday night Dallas Cowboys game. I can tell you.
Oh, how big is that fucking screen?
Dude, it is the most ridiculous fucking thing I've ever been to.
right?
I literally felt like I could ride out the apocalypse in this place. It is the biggest structure I've ever been in. It's unfucking. We were coming up over the hill, and I thought I was seeing the whole thing, and it was just the roof. And I was just like, it's not that big. And then when I saw it, dude, I said holy shit like 20 times in a row. It's ridiculous.
How many people fit in that fucker?
5 decks of
look at that.
people.
Is it 100,000?
Yeah, when they get people standing up. Well, it was hilarious because they put 105,000 people in there, but once you stand 4 deep, you can't see shit.
No.
And then there was a big-time fire hazard there, so the firemen weren't letting people in. And all the Texans were like, I pay my fucking money. And then in the irony of all ironies, they're throwing water bottles at the firemen.
Oh, that is
I want
ironic.
to burn to death, man.
That is ironic. That is a futuristic-looking fucking stadium.
Dude, I'm going to tell you, that TV screen is the most unbelievable thing I've ever fucking seen. You have to, it's so clear, it makes the game look like it's fake. And you have to fight. We had great take. We were sitting on the 40-yard line.
Watch the screen,
I
right?
had to fight myself not to sit up there and look at it. That it was unbelievable. Then they had like these go-go dancers dancing at the top of the stadium, which is basically the height of like a low-flying private aircraft. Way up at the top, dude. There was so much shit going on, and the PA announcer was so loud. Every stoppage of play, they're just trying to pay this thing off to be like, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for the FedEx blah, 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 blah moment.
I was talking about
Ladies
that,
and gentlemen, they had screen within screen. They would do a replay, and that huge screen would have 4 different shots. The one-on-one of the receiver, Tony Romo dropping back. It was almost too much.
That's awesome.
I was talking about that, though, at Yankee Stadium, like with the same thing, the advertising. everything
Oh,
is
yeah.
just
Sponsored now, right?
And now the call to the bullpen, sponsored by AT&T. It's the AT&T call to the bullpen. Everything.
The
sponsored.
Fuddrucker nut adjustment. It's like every 5 seconds they're trying to make more money.
Yeah.
And dude, I got to tell you, what's great about it is it's so Dallas, Texas, where it's so new money the way they've done it. It is most tackiest.
Oh,
it's
really?
literally like some white trash dude hit the lottery and he gets the gold plate, like real gold faucet fixtures. It is a great investment, stupid.
I like this.
That's fucking awesome.
I like it shiny.
You see any punts hit the TV there?
No,
Or the
when
big
you
screen or
sit
whatever?
on the lower level, everything looks like it's going to hit it. People are like, oh my god, it was like to the side of it. It's like, no, we're below it.
You get no real
They're
perspective.
saying that they're hitting it though. They got to raise it up.
I don't do it. All I know is that
What else does the stadium have?
It's 7 stories high. My building in New York is 6 stories, and their big thing is then they always have to have the comparison that you can relate to.
Yeah.
You can take the Statue of Liberty, lay it down on its side, and ain't gonna fucking touch either side. That's how fucking big it is. Everything's big down here.
Texas.
And that was a funny thing. And they got this huge stadium, but at the end of the day, they're all still cowboys. And I don't even mean it in a bad way, but he didn't have to spend all that money. This guy in front of me, he was wearing a suit in his defense, but he was dipping. He's got he's got the chew in his mouth.
Yeah, let me tell you, boy.
Yeah.
Spitting into a fucking cup.
Here's the Wildcat offense.
That is, I wish there was some scale to that. Like,
There's no way. You have to go to it.
Yeah.
You have to experience. There's no way to describe it. And that screen, as big as it is, does not look huge when you're there in a weird way because it's proportionate
To how big the place is.
Yeah. It's like nuclear winter and you found the ultimate shelter. Like you just feel like it's the end of the world out there.
That's some sick
Now,
shit.
what else does the stadium have that's different?
Oh, we got the biggest fucking pro shop. It's like 17 stories. Dude, I walked in there. It was like walking in the Apple store like on free iPod day. I got in like there for like a minute and a half.
I said, fuck this.
And I was just like, I got to get out of here. I was like claustrophobic.
Wow, man, that is, I got to see that.
Hey, Deadspin.com has
Love
a
to go
video
down
of
there.
2 people fucking in the new stadium, thanks
Really?
to balls in Virginia Beach. Hey, Bill, very early this morning.
Stadium's awesome.
Very early this morning, we said you were coming in, playing the Stress Factory this weekend. Let's make sure we get the plugs out for Vinny. Great place to see comedy. And someone said that they saw you in Sweden.
Oh, yeah.
And they thought you were coming in early, so they were on the line. We never got to them, but said that you were. How did you get to Sweden?
They just called me up, and they American comics are doing well over there. Dude, the internet it's ridiculous. Like, and
wow.
So they're starting to like American comedians. So yeah, they called me up. They asked me if I wanted to go, and it's like, yeah, what am I going to go to Kansas City again? Fuck yeah, I'll go.
How was Sweden?
Dude, it was first of all, dude. The joke I was opening with was, this is what I was opening with. I was like, hey, what's up, everybody? I was like, I got to go with Hitler on this one. You guys are some good-looking sons of bitches.
Jesus. Oh, shit.
It's just everyone good-looking.
Dude,
funny.
it was ridiculous. It's not like everyone is, but the ratio of good-looking people.
Sure.
Stockholm, Sweden was like Soho to the 10th power. I was walking down the street with my girl. Even like guys, I'm going, look at that guy. Look at that guy. That's ridiculous. And then they'd be like working a newsstand. It's like, come to America, dude. You'd have your own reality show, even if you're a fucking moron. Like, there was some of the most beautiful people ever, but then once we got outside the city, we took the subway, or like the underground, as they call it.
The underground.
The underground, and we got outside the city. Then that's kind of where their uglier people are. It's kind of like, you go out to Jersey, or maybe you don't go up to Albany.
They
You
push
run-
them to the outskirts.
Then then you find your Vinnie Brands, your Bill Burrs. Dude, I've never felt like genetically compromised.
What?
When I went there, I was just like, God, man, dude, I am a fucking mongrel. I would literally be like sweeping up elephant shit over here.
Did any? What joke didn't translate? A joke that does very well everywhere else.
This is what I did. I was smart enough. Luckily, I got in like a day or two early, and I went up at a club so I could get over that whole thing because they're ridiculously bilingual, but it still gets in your head. I mean, I went on at this comedy club over there, the Golden Circle Comedy Club or some shit like that. Jesus Christ, could Jimmy do 20 minutes on that name? But there was literally like the three comedians in front of me were just totally like, rising, and they're killing. They're killing. And I'm standing in the back of the room going, oh, my God.
They don't know English.
I flew 17 hours to eat my balls. And they were just, and what was hilarious is I couldn't understand what they were saying, but you could tell who was a good comedian, who was a hack, just by their body stuff. And like there was one you could tell, like this Stephen Wright sort of like guy where he would just be like, and people would just be dying. Just dying. Schmeisen, I see Schmeisen. So I basically, the first night I went up there, I was on my heels because I knew I was going to be. It was just too fucking weird. And there was like, just certain like, there's certain reality shows that are actually American shows that are on over there. Like that's all you go over there, you watch some TV to try to get how much of what I'm saying do they get. But little like I made a kickball reference, they didn't get that. I had to turn it to soccer. But generally speaking, they I mean, believe me, the stuff people were saying to me at the end of the show was totally different. I usually get, dude, you're funny as shit. Let's do a shot. That's what you get. And over there, some lady came up to me. She was going like, yeah, I have a question. You guys are a capitalistic country. Why do you take loans from a communist country?
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm just, I was like, we're corrupt.
Right.
I don't know. Why do you still have a king and queen? I bet it was, I'm telling you, dude, it was one of the coolest experiences. And when I went out there, because I do this podcast every Monday, not to whore myself out here.
BillBurr.com, right?
Yeah, but these people like... So I came walking out, and it was a theater, like 700-seater. I was able to fill like half of it, which I was really happy with. And I walked out, and there was like 6 people standing up because I didn't think I was going to, because, I get emails, are you ever going to come over here? And I'm in the middle of my act. I'm on the other side of the fucking world, and I just go like, I go, yes, my life's, settling down. I go, I got a dog recently, and somebody in the back goes, Cleo! Like yelled out the name of my dog, and I was just like, wow,
that's weird.
The power of the internet. This is fucking insane.
Fucked up.
You guys, if you went over there, you'd like one of the funniest like non-heckles ever. Just that voice. And I'm not even exaggerating. Like I was sitting there going, towards the end of the show, I'm like, what's there to do here? Where should I go? And blah, blah, blah. And this guy in the crowd yells out, he goes, come to my house, we'll have a party. Dude, I milked that for a half hour. That's another thing I did because, some of my American jokes weren't working. And whenever the jokes weren't working, I would just throw in, come to my house, we'll have a party. And they just would start, I was just doing like, get her done. That was my get her done. I just kept saying it over and over again.
Have a party.
And we're getting a request. Well, let's get Randy on the line. I don't know. We'll see if this leads to something. Randy in Virginia.
Yeah, I was wondering if we could hear some Swedish Dice Clay.
Willst du Schweizer Nuschen kaufen? Oh! Schlucken Weichen, Nuschen, Guschen Weichen. Esken Deutsche Wunder Deutschen. Who's in Grandenwooden? You didn't return.
People say in your podcast, very funny, Bill. So, BillBurr.com.
I very rarely hype it.
What about the food and the beer? I was talking to Roland. He was over there recently. And he said the beer is really strong.
Yeah, the beer was
great. The
food
sucks.
The food was, I
think they're into, what did he tell me, Fridays or something? Like Fridays is a huge restaurant for the Swedes.
It's a TGI Friday is like a restaurant / nightclub. Like it's this fucking cool place to go to. Yeah, exactly. And they got like these like
what the fuck? I want some poppers.
Yeah, and they got like they got like lounge chair, like really like it looks like the date rate drug is routinely dropped in there.
Are they just smoking all the time too? Is it a lot of smoking?
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was. Well, first of all, they didn't fuck with Hitler during World War II, so most of their old buildings are still standing.
Still there.
They didn't have to deal with the Blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
They try to act like they were neutral, but when I brought that up to them, they all kind of laughed and rolled their eyes. Yeah, we were neutral.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he used to fucking be across that sea there jerking off to him.
Some shenanigans were going on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Listen, we got to take a break because David Duchovny just arrived.
Okay.
Promoting Californication. and I believe he took a trip across America. We want to ask him about that and other things. A friend of ours. He actually requested to do our show.
That's pretty cool.
But I think that some of that is all bullshit.
You know, I did the Tonight Show. He was actually one of the guests on there.
Yeah.
And actually, my Tonight Show stuff started off a little bit rough. Probably because I said, that's what you get, you dumb bitch. That was my first punchline, which is probably stupid. So when I went to the couch, I said that. I go, yeah, I kind of felt like I was eating my balls up front. He goes, yeah, you kind of were. But, you pulled it out.
You kind of were.
He was totally honest. He goes, I was, though. I was eating my balls.
So we have a nice connection today. All right, well, David will join the program next. Bill Burr in studio, Stress Factory this weekend in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Fuck. Never stop doing radio. Got a full house today. Opie and Anthony. By the way, Jim Norton's going to be on Leno tonight. Let's not forget about that. We all take a peek tonight.
Oh, he is.
See Norton become a big star in Hollywood.
He's a big star.
A big star. And we got Bill Burr in studio playing the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, New Jersey this weekend. And Vinny, who owns the club. And now we got to say hi to David Duchovny in studio.
David Duchovny's in.
Good morning.
I think we kind of hit it off with you the first time you did our show.
We did. I've wanted to. I've been hanging outside your studio since.
Pawing at
with
the
a
door.
wow sticker.
A little girl with a crush.
We openly admitted we didn't know what we were doing with David Duchovny when he came in, and he kind of appreciated that, if you remember back.
Well, obviously had to talk about the X-Files.
Oh, yeah. But he wasn't
huge fan.
He wasn't in to talk about that.
Well, no, it was the movie had come out recently too.
You don't have to defend yourself.
I try. Well, in here, you always feel like you're on the defensive, which is weird. It's like anything. Hey, Anthony, that was really good. The bit you did the other. No, was it? Was it really?
I know
it's like some kind of jumping down your throat thing.
I know what it was. We gave him Legos for his kids.
That's what it was.
See?
Yeah, but
They're smart.
That guy's no longer here, right?
Who?
Your
Which
guy.
Which
the guy who hooked me up with the Legos.
Oh, Roland?
Oh, that was Roland. Yeah. Roland was a good egg.
We're trying to bring Roland back.
I
We had
loved
nothing to do with
Roland.
that. Roland rules.
Everyone loved Roland.
Yeah, he was a good guy. He had
Really,
a certain innocence about him, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
But what a prick on wheels he is, really.
Never get him mad?
Yeah, you get him mad. He just goes for the throat.
He breaks your Lego up. when
Yeah,
he
if there's
gets
any sort of death in your family, you can guarantee that that's the first thing he's going to bring
He'll
up.
go right for it. Like he was in an argument with our security guy.
Well, we should play it now. It's quick.
Yeah. If
Travis
you
can
got
find
it, it's really.
We'll show you the other side of Roland there, David.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Or hear it.
Roland. Well, I guess the backstory is he was in getting into an argument with our security guy whose dog had just died, and he loved this dog. And Roland really could give a shit that this guy had lost his little pooch.
Any references that?
No, he just straight up brings it up.
If he did it in a subtle way, it would have been brutal.
Yeah.
But the way he did it was beyond brutal. And coming from somebody like Roland, who just looks like the big, happy guy, roly-poly Roland and stuff, and kind of always smiling, loves the movies.
He looks like Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah, Teddy Ruxpin.
Do we have that clip, Travis?
I hope so.
I don't have that one yet, but I do have when he trashed Rich Voss, if you want to listen to that one while I find it.
Yeah, what was the backstory on that one?
Rich was said.
Yeah, Rich
I'm
probably
sure
just
Rich
said one
something
thing and
stupid.
then-
Okay, yeah, let's listen to this.
All right.
Roland, I want you to try, too.
Roland books a lot of our guests. He's a very sweaty guy.
I want you to try.
What do you think?
All right, he's trying the drink.
He does the typical.
I don't think he needs anything to slow him down, though.
All right.
Oh, Jesus.
Was that Rich? No, you're a calm guy. I'm just saying you don't need anything to slow you down.
You don't want to get on. You don't want to get on Roland's bad side.
No, you don't want to get on his bad side.
Bad side.
Really?
Yeah.
It's taking me a week to get to the other bad side.
Rich Voss, you can see him on Letterman. No. Leno, no. Kimmel, no. Oh, wait, you might be able to see him on QVC. No. Wait, CW11? I'll see you on.
That was
Go yourself. Go team. You tan. You're the only tan Jew in the world.
All Jews are tan.
Ooh, I'm rich.
God damn.
Any more fat jokes? Stupid fat.
Look at that. Trash how I talk every day I'm in here. That bothers you? That really bothers you?
Yes.
Take it up. treadmill, stupid.
Treadmill?
Treadmill.
Let me go show you my piggy bank, Rich Voss's bank account.
Oh, really? My bank account?
Look at Spider go.
I've been around for 8 years, so what?
All
Do
right.
something with 8 years. Make it count.
Go get a
Make it
real
count.
guest. Go
Chandler
get a real
Both,
guest.
been
Go
on
get
air for
somebody.
4 years.
All right, go
$28
get
million,
somebody that's
kid.
real. Get somebody that's real. Do
I
something.
would.
Go to the phone and go to your cubicle and get somebody that's real.
I do.
Okay, good. Wait, you get a... you know what?
He's
This is
stuttering.
a radio show where we trash each other. If you're going to walk in, that's what happens, stupid, okay?
He just
I'm
trashed
sorry.
you, Rich.
You're right. You're right.
He just killed you. It was like a standing ovation.
Yeah, I think he understands that well.
Yeah.
And he did it really well.
He had a great exit and everything. It was, that was like a wrestling move.
He had the
I was going to finish drinking.
It's delicious.
How long does this go?
Enjoy
Jesus
energy
Christ.
drink closer was like a half road move.
All right, Travis, we get the point. There you go. So that's the other side of the roller.
Just makes you miss him, doesn't it?
Well,
Yeah, it really does.
We will
That
get
part
him
of
back
was great.
eventually. Yeah.
Part of him
Yeah,
was
he'll
good.
pick the worst thing on your IMDb and just bring that up.
I won't tell him that my dog is almost 16.
Oh, getting up there.
Let me say hi to Dave in Pennsylvania. Dave, we got David Duchovny in studio. What do you got?
I'm not one to call like this, but Jesus, that is the best freaking show on television. Bar none.
Californication.
Ah, thank you.
Californication. It's the one show my wife and I can agree that we stopped doing everything and we watched that show. And I just got to tell you, in last week's episode, thank God I've got a DVR. I had to stop it. Otherwise, I'd have missed the next 10 minutes of the show. The mangina scene, that whole dinner table scene was just off the charts.
That's my oldest buddy with the mangina, Jason Begay. I went to high school with him, and it was just such a pleasure for me after 30 years to be able to show his mangina to the world.
And I will say I'm kind of bummed that you killed off Lou Ashby. I thought that was a great storyline.
Yeah, he was great.
Holy shit.
Callum Rennie, the actor, that was a great character. Thank you.
Well, keep it going, man. Although all the shows, I shouldn't say this because all the shows I love don't seem to last, but this is just the best show on television.
Californication's been around.
This is our third year. We'll
doing
be
pretty
around.
well.
I've been watching it since day one.
You won't jinx us. It's all right. Thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
Sounds like it's off to a good start there, David.
It is. Is mangina part of the lexicon?
Oh, yeah.
It is? Okay. I didn't know.
Definitely.
Okay.
Hey, at what point when you're doing a series like that, at what point do you know that, like, okay, we're going to get, like, a second season? Was it one of those things where you did, like, 3 episodes and people were just like, oh, okay, let's sign you up for another one?
The first year it was. And then after that, it's usually just when it starts airing and they look at the numbers. And in cable, they can do that. You know,
Right.
they wait because there's such a lag time between finishing the show and airing it. So you're in limbo a lot, but we feel pretty good about what we're doing.
Better than like network though, where they can just cut your throat in a second.
Yeah, well, they will cancel you and not air shows that you've already completed.
Yeah, that you've done. Jesus.
And then you go to work one day, and this hasn't happened to me, but you go to work and everybody's sad, and it's been canceled.
Oh, Jesus!
And there's just a jingle on TV. Wednesdays are a changing on ABC, and you're like, wait, that's when my show was on. What happened?
Wednesdays are a changing.
And that's some stupid little jingle. And your
Could you
dream
have
is
at
over.
least canceled me before I went through hair and makeup?
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm orange for the rest of the day, and I don't even have a job.
You lucked out with Californication because a lot of times did you think like, oh shit, I'm going to be typecast?
Yeah,
you know?
well, I mean, I didn't really think that, but apparently a lot of people did, and I never really thought that. I thought, something. I'll find something. I'll do something. I'm an actor. I'll find stuff to do. And when Californication came around, it was really just the comedy that I wanted to do. It wasn't so much a character, but just like the type of comedy that I wanted to do and that I didn't see out there.
Yeah, you were doing movies after the X-Files that were like different, obviously different character.
Yeah, but none of them really hit, and that's just hit or miss, and then you just keep swinging.
But the thing is, it's kind of, it's almost better to do a different character and have it not really hit than kind of here, look, it's fucking Mulder doing this,
playing mentally challenged.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Now, like how many scripts that had aliens in it have you gotten?
Yeah, did you just keep getting those scripts?
That or just some kind of FBI agent?
Yeah.
I know I look good in a suit. Just stop.
You already have the credentials.
Yeah, he already has a badge. Let's hire him. We'll save on prop money.
Is there a kind of role that you're still waiting to like play? Because I always thought it would be cool if you got to do that episode, the guest star on a cop show where they chase you down the alley and you get to that chain link fence and you're climbing up and they just grab you.
That scene.
And then you get to do the you're the snitch. Come on, man. Don't talk to me out here, man. People are going to see stuff. I would love to be that guy. Is there like a role? Have you gotten, at this point in your career, have you gotten to do like every sort of like sort of thing you wanted to do?
I think so. I mean, I write and I direct, so I guess I'm interested in doing my own stuff, but I never... I'd like to be the guy on the chain link fence. Sure, that sounds like fun.
Sounds like a fun thing.
I always like in the cop shows. I always like that all they have to do is really yell at you loud and you confess.
Yeah.
You know, they get in your face and they spit a little bit, and all of a sudden,
Like, all right, yes, I killed her. What?
Let's get on with the prison rape already.
Easy.
Vinny, you got something?
I just like, you know what? I like the show Lie to Me, where the guy, they can't solve a crime for 4 years, and the guy, oh, you just picked your nose, you're guilty. Oh, I am guilty, and he just confesses. I'd like to be that guy that just breaks down immediately.
Well, there's the real show, like First 48. You ever watch that?
Yeah.
It's First 48 Hours of a crime, and you would think that would be school for criminals of what not to do,
right?
Because they walk in there, and when you see the cops go into the interrogation room, and one of the perp goes, you know, I want to talk to a lawyer. They go, all right, they pick up their stuff, they leave the office, shut the door, and then you see them go, ah, damn it, I lawyered up. Like, if the cop's mad, that's what you do. Now, obviously, lawyer up, but then there's people like, all right, yeah, the gun went off. I don't know what happened, but I didn't mean it. You know, meanwhile, he shot 10 times in the head.
Yeah, and then 20 minutes later, when they're telling the story for the 5th time, they're like, I was reloading it. My adrenaline was going. I was thinking how great this was going to feel when I shot this person in the face.
It's like lawyer up immediately.
Immediately, yeah.
And it really annoys the cops. That's what I've learned from that program. It's fantastic, though. Like those reality shows.
Did you spend your summer going cross country there, David?
Yeah, we took a rock and roll bus, like the Partridge Family.
Really? Like a tour bus?
Yeah, a tour bus.
We had bunks and stuff.
We had 12 bunks, bunk alley, the insiders call it. And
Bunk alley.
yeah, we had a real rock and roll bus driver, and we took a lot of pride in that. We probably drove him more crazy than any band ever did.
Wow.
We are tougher than Metallica.
Really?
As a family of 4. But we went across country, went to the Grand Canyon and Niagara Falls, and we went through Texas and Missouri, and it was
caught all those. Did you go to all those little sightseeing places?
Yeah, we did. I'd never seen the Grand Canyon or Niagara Falls, so that was nice for me. And the kids.
The Grand Canyon's just ridiculous.
Looks just like the pictures, doesn't it?
Yeah. You can't describe it to anyone.
Well,
I mean, the pictures don't do it justice.
I just say it looks just like the picture. Yeah. 3D. No, it is an amazing,
it's unbelievable,
majestic, sublime sight. And the kids, it was totally lost on my kids. You know, they was it's hot here.
It's hot. Yeah. All right.
Let's go bowling.
How old are the kids?
I'm itchy.
10 and 7.
10 and 7. Yeah, they don't get the scope of it. They just look at the hole in the ground. Where are the rides?
Yeah.
Is there a ride here? Can I take one of the ponies down?
It's true.
Yeah, they don't want to say that.
And then you're just so disappointed in your offspring.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
When they get older, it gets worse. Don't worry. You're in the fun stage. It's just a shit sandwich after a while.
Yeah, Vinny's in hell.
Yeah, I'm in absolute hell.
How old are your kids?
I have a lot of them. 24, 23.
Kids? Oh.
20.
You have a 24? What did you have when you were 13?
I had kids when I was just a kid. I was only 22. I had my first kid.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And then I got a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old. Those are the good ages. 9 and 6.
Stop already.
I am. You know what? You know, it's weird. I'd have one more because I keep thinking, well, one of them's going to turn out good. If I just
keep going.
Keep pushing
play
kids
the
out.
odds. Yeah, play the odds, man.
It's like
got to be one kid that doesn't want to fuck my mind over.
I always thought it'd be great if we were like insects, where you had 1,000, 950 were eaten by birds, but then you had 50.
Right.
Yeah, those 50 little ones that make it to the ocean.
And
the little turtles.
You're only with them for 2 days.
Yeah.
And you
Take
move
the
on.
pictures and move on. Get out of this mess.
How hard is that to like travel around the country though? Because obviously you're a pretty recognizable guy.
We're recognizable, but wearing the hat and the glasses and moving fast and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, is that what you do?
Yeah, and that works pretty well. Sometimes you want to be recognized because you want stuff faster than other people.
When you want free shit,
free stuff.
Are you going to make me pay for breakfast? Look at who I am.
Do you?
That's when he pretends he's hot and takes the hat off, wiping it around.
Oh, David Duchovny's a little warm here.
Yeah, everyone around him says his whole name. David Duchovny, are you really hot right now? Why, yes, I am.
I make the kids call me David Duchovny. I was at the Arch in St. Louis. It was endless lines. It's one of those places where you line up, and then you line up.
What is the Arch? You just go up in the Arch? That's it?
Well, we didn't know because they make you line up for so long. We thought it's got to be great, but
it's got to be something good here.
It's a little claustrophobic, and my wife's a little claustrophobic. You get up into the Arch, and it's actually beautiful from the outside. I found from the inside, it's like being on the 18th floor of a building.
Right. It's exactly that.
But it sways though.
Yeah,
it's designed.
Building.
It's designed. First of all, you go up in those little. They still have those little morgue eggs.
Yes, exactly.
That you go up in, and it's you sort of just going side to side, and every time you feel like you're just going to go right down an elevator shaft.
Jesus.
Then you get up to top to look out the window. You literally have to lay down, and the structure is moving.
It was a windy day too when we were there.
All right, so that sounds like fun.
Well, it's a truly beautiful structure. It's kind of surreal and beautiful, but. I was trying to work some kind of recognition scheme there, but it didn't work.
Really?
It worked, but I didn't get any love. I mean, I didn't get to jump the line, and Tay and I are saying, well, the kids have to realize that life is like this. You do have to wait in lines. I said,
yeah, between the two of you, Jesus Christ,
really.
You'll be up there in a second.
No.
What is the move you do when you what's your best I don't want to get recognized move? Like you see a pack of people.
You mean I want to get recognized?
No, don't want to get recognized. Do you just do the head down?
Yeah, I kind of turn and look away, but sometimes my ass gets recognized.
It's been photographed a lot.
But it happened. I said this on I guess it was Fallon the other day. I was standing on a corner and I was waiting for Taya to pick me up on our motor scooter.
Oh, the Vespa?
Yeah.
You have a Vespa?
It's not actually a Vespa, but it's similar. It ain't a motorcycle. And she was late, and I was standing on the corner of Midtown, and I was being recognized. And then this van pulled over, and he was talking to the back of my head. He was like, David, and I didn't want it. So I looked away, and he was like, David. No, I wasn't going to be recognized. And then he pulls around the corner. He goes, David, your show sucks.
If you just said hello, I would have been a fan.
Exactly.
You cock.
That's exactly
you
what it was.
Just say hi.
And I was like, well, your van is...
Needs a tune-up.
I got nothing.
You do that where you've been made? You ever do that? Like you turn your head and go, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
There it is. And a lot of times, like whoever I'm with at the time, if I'm with a girlfriend or something like that, they're like, I go, just been made.
Yeah.
And they go, what do you mean? I go, no, the guys in the corner there absolutely know who I am. They're going to come over. They're going to, and they look, because you can see they look at you and their eyes get all weird, and then they turn to their friends and say something, and they all start like turning and looking.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm sure. I'm trying to relate what I go through to David Duchovny, by the way.
I was hoping you were going to call yourself out.
It's just, I understand it, David.
Me and you, Dave.
Yeah, I'm right with you.
Movie, TV fame, radio. When they hear my voice. I clear my throat before my spaghetti. It's over. The whole room's just like, that's Anthony.
You ever get moved right to the back of a line? Back of the line.
Get out of here, you.
The worst one was I was in Chicago years ago. I was doing a movie in Chicago, and I was staying in a tall hotel with a long elevator ride, and I got in at some terrible hour, 4:30 in the morning, going to work, and this middle-aged couple was there, and they were exchanging glances, and I knew it was coming, and I didn't want it. It was 4:30 in the morning, and finally the guy goes, "Good morning, doctor."
Why?
Yeah, right. And I said, wrong show, asshole. And I was like, And I guess he thought I was at that point. I thought he thought I was Noah Wiley or Juliana Margulies.
Yeah, probably. Juliana Margulies.
That's hilarious. They know you're famous, but they don't know what you are. Hey, great game on Sunday. You're like,
yeah. My arm still hurts a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Doctor.
Do I have a doctor series coming up?
You ever do the preemptive strike when you know it's coming? You just go, yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one, too.
Yes.
Or you ever just do the, I get that all the time. I'm not him.
I have denied myself.
Yeah,
How do you do that, though?
Judas action.
I feel
wow,
like
you look just like him.
I feel like an ass when I do that. I really do. It just never works for me.
Yeah,
I
because
feel
you're
like,
a very specific look, too. You're not an easy
Well,
guy.
thank you.
Yeah. There's not a lot of guys going to be walking around looking exactly like that.
who's that half Jew, half Scot? That guy.
just tell him you drive a truck.
What do you want from me?
I drive a truck.
I always say, that guy's like 4 foot tall.
Yeah, they put him on a box whenever they film him. Every time he walks to the girl, she's in a trench. It's hysterical.
Duchovny now, he's like 3'8".
Yeah, I heard that guy's a dick. Just keep walking away.
I was in New York
bad-mouthing
once, and he
yourself.
wouldn't even look at me.
He can't
I
act.
was in a van. Hey.
That guy sucks.
Then you should tell David what he could look forward to as far as his kids go.
What's the oldest, a boy or a girl?
Girl.
That's miserable. Right around, she's how old?
10.
10. You got 2 good years left, then the wheels will fall off, and it'll be nonstop misery. Everything will be fucking drama. There's never a, that was good. I took my daughter to see Springsteen the other night.
Yeah.
Right? So we're 14th row, center of the
14th row at
stage.
Springsteen.
What could go wrong
Jesus.
at a Springsteen concert?
How old is she?
Nothing. 24. Some girl behind her smacks her in the head. Next thing you know, a fucking full fist fight breaks out. During Born to Run. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And so I turned around to try and calm it down, and this other father, who's maybe 50 years old, short, fat guy with glasses, if you're listening, sir, I would have fucking mauled you. I would have mauled you had you gotten through that fat fucking front of you. And he comes. Oh,
He had
this
in him. He is so mad.
Yeah. Oh, look, don't you get pissed off when someone's at your kids, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the worst. So he comes at me, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But my wife, who's 104 pounds, is separating me, and she's yelling at me like I'm the bad guy. I'm just trying to dance like a white guy at a Springsteen concert. And I got my daughter who can't take a simple smack in the back of the head. Probably an accident, probably a moment where someone got excited. No, that's just fucking all dramaed out. It's a fight. And then my 20-year-old, who's with us also, looks at me and goes, I'm calling security on you. I'm like, how the fuck am I the bad guy?
That kind of sounds like fun, getting into a big fight with your whole
it's
family.
Not at a Springsteen.
That's a
concert.
nice family bonding moment.
Of nice,
Actually, what you're saying is you should have been at the Giants game.
the Jets game.
Yeah.
The Giants fans were okay. It's the Jets game.
Yeah.
Where you wanted to beat the shit out of people.
And is the son still smoking pot?
No, he's doing stand-up comedy
It's one of my
now.
favorite stories ever where
Yeah.
he called the police on his own son who was
Really?
smoking pot in the house.
Yeah, he was smoking
Tough
pot.
love, I
And
guess.
then in the end, it became a big problem for him because he had to pay for the lawyer for his son.
Cost me $5,400.
You are an ass. Why would you do
It's one of the great stories, though.
You know what? I forgot about that story. I never told you. I bailed him out.
Wait,
after
can you give David, you don't have to get way involved, but just give him the basics.
Why,
of the story.
had you spoken to him before? Or this is the first time you ever smoked pot in the house and you called the cops?
Yeah,
Well, he was
knee-jerk.
laying on his bed at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm changing an infant in the next room, and he's smoking dope. And we live on a big piece of property. Any normal kid would have said, you know what, I'll just go walk out behind that weed. He won't even know. He's just laying on your fucking bed smoking dope. And
So
he had already,
you took issue with the placement of the smoking pot.
yeah, more than anything else, definitely. Yes.
I understand.
Yes.
I understand.
I mean, how fucking lazy are you?
So he
I'm
wasn't.
changing an infant. He's doing lines on the other end of the table. It's like, come on. All right,
Bill.
we do it in the kitchen.
Like my father taught me.
Well, he also-
Go outside to smoke pot.
Show some respect.
Yeah. And he also had already dropped out of school. So, he dropped out of school. He's smoking dope. He's not going anywhere. And so I called the cops.
Right.
And then I had to bail him out and then hire a lawyer and beat the case. But here's what I never told you.
You beat the case?
Yeah.
You
Well, because
testified against yourself?
I was the only exactly what happened. I wouldn't testify. And they're like, well, there's no witness now. And I'm like, I can't believe this cost me $5,000 to sit here and go, no, I'm not going up there. I don't recall anything. They got me on tape. He's smoking pot. Come get him. It's not like I could deny my voice.
Yeah, exactly.
That was Matt Roloff. It wasn't me.
Midget voice.
So then here's what happened. After I bailed him out and the case got dismissed, your bail money gets released to you. You get to go get that. So he's the same name as me. I hope you didn't name your kid David.
No.
All right, smart move. So So I go to get my bail money, and they go, "Oh, you already signed for your money. You applied it to your tickets." And I'm like, "I don't have tickets. I don't have any tickets." And I go, "Yeah, it's right here." And that little jerk off had tickets that he hadn't paid and used the fucking bail money to pay the tickets. The same name.
I think that shows a lot of ingenuity.
Yeah, that is really clever.
I didn't say he wasn't smart. I said he's annoying.
This could be a storyline for Californication. I'm thinking, David.
When it started with the smoking pot,
smoking the pot thing that could work.
First episode, I find my daughter.
Yeah.
You ever think what?
Yeah, no, I'm telling. You ever think he's like a better dad? Maybe, and maybe all these stories
maybe it
come
was
from
your
the fact
problem,
that
Vinny?
you're a bad dad.
No, he doesn't know yet. They're only 10. 10 years, you have no fucking clue. At 10 years old, you still think shit is good, and you think that's the truth. I'm not even.
But they're already turning on you, Vinny.
What's that?
They're already turning on you.
At 10?
You jumped in to save your daughter, and your son tried to call security on you.
No, my 20-year-old tried. My son didn't go to the concert. I bought him a ticket, and he didn't go. He didn't want to go.
So basically, once your child can start actually thinking and observing behavior, that's when they start turning on you.
That's when you want to get rid of them. Exactly right. When they start having a mind of their own, that's when it's miserable because anything you say, do your homework, I don't want to do my homework, and they're just an argument. It's a fucking nonstop battle. If you said breathe air, I'm not breathing today.
Well, they realize at one point that you can't actually force them to do anything.
Yeah,
because when they're young,
wow.
they feel like you can force them.
You're not a yeller, right? You never yell.
No, I'll get annoyed, but I haven't. No, not sustained yelling. Maybe like a short barked syllable. I'll bark occasionally.
Right. The best move: just look at them and shake your head no, because it makes them think, and you just go and walk away. It took me a long time to learn that.
David's a grappler. He takes it to the ground, just chokes him out. he doesn't do a lot of talking.
I did have my son in a full Nelson yesterday, actually.
Really?
Yeah, but it was mostly in play, I think.
Mostly.
I think.
Just a little
reminder. A little reminder of who's boss.
Yeah, a little pack leader alpha male stuff.
Daddy, you're starting to hurt. Oh, I didn't mean that.
I just put the full weight on him, like a dog does. You know, just
yeah. There it is. I still run this joint.
Yeah, nip at his ears a little bit.
We got one of David Duchovny's biggest fans that work for the show. We're all fans, but we got one of your biggest fans, Mars. Mars is freaking out that David is here today. Yeah. But he can't say your name.
Which, the first or the second?
Well,
that would be, I can't say David.
Sam's getting him right now. Listen to this.
Hey, Mars, what's the name of the guy who stars on Californication?
David Duchovny.
Oh, jeez.
David Duchovny.
Yes.
And then Sam had him try to just read the name.
Duchovny.
Oh, hey. Hey, Mars.
Just read it, Mars.
I am
Sam.
David
Mars.
Duchovny.
Mars is right behind him.
I don't know. How do you say it?
Sam has weird hair.
Try it again. You got it.
David
looks nervous. He just looks nervous about what's about to happen.
My knee is
I don't
itching.
know, man. I gotta ask him.
How does he not know?
Well, you know, it's funny because this is another old. When we were doing the X-Files, we were shooting in downtown L.A. and it was kind of crossing the street. Downtown LA is a little like a ghost town. I don't know if you guys know, but it's not like downtown.
It's like 28 days.
Yeah, it's not like
yeah.
So we're crossing the street, just me and a bunch of guys who work on the show, and there's a homeless dude with his shopping cart, and he kind of pulls up next to me across the street and looks at me and he says, "Robert Duchovny." He says, "Robert Duchovny, I love all your series."
Robert Duchovny.
I'm not him.
Oh,
that's not me.
Where's Mars? Mars.
I love all your series.
Robert Duchovny.
Mars falls apart when he's on the air with us.
Oh, look at you! He's all starstruck.
He's already nervous.
He's one of our engineers.
You can call me Duchovny.
Yeah. Duchovny. I love all of your series. That's brilliant.
Mars,
the guy was probably so sure of himself too, right?
Yeah.
Robert Duchovny.
He loved me.
Mars, Mars, are you a big fan or what?
Very big fan.
But you can't say his name?
I have difficulties with his name.
All right, try it now.
No disrespect.
No, I understand.
David Duchovny.
Wow.
You did that one already.
Why?
You did that one already. Try it another way.
All right.
Why?
The one that initially.
Olympia Dukakis?
I initially said Duchovny.
Yeah, no, that's what you just said.
Right?
Not initially. That's all you've been saying.
Okay. I also said.
Initially and keep going.
Yeah.
I also said Duchovny.
Dushavny.
Oh, like douche.
Douche. You never want a douche in there.
No.
Well, that's interesting because my father took the H out because he was tired of being called Dushavny. But he never did it legally, so when my parents divorced, we actually put the H back in. But he spelled his name Ducovny, which is Duchovny. No,
wow,
it's Duchovny.
Of course it is. Duchovny.
So you're not alone in calling me a douche.
Well, look him right in the eye when you say the name. I want to see you get nervous. Look him right in the eye.
No, Mars has a way of asking a question live on the show. He's really good when it comes to UFC stuff and David Duchovny. So what do you want to ask David today?
Oh, man.
Look at him freaking out.
Just shuffling the weight between each foot.
Where does the name Mars come from?
Marcelino.
Oh, Marcelino.
It's short for
That's
Marcelino.
nice. That's nice.
We couldn't figure that out.
You guys didn't know that.
It's short for Marsa.
We didn't know that
one. I really love your show.
Thank you.
But I have a problem with pronouncing the show, too. So
Wait, what's the name of the show?
Californication.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Yeah?
That's
fine.
it.
That's
No,
close
that's
enough.
it. That's it.
All right.
That's
I've been practicing for the past half hour.
Now,
good.
what's my name?
You got it now. You got it.
David Duchovny.
What is the matter?
What?
No. Novocaine?
No.
What's the matter with you?
No.
What do you take out of your phone? What do you got, an app that says?
No, if I could
the
read
Duchovny
it.
app.
All right, if you can read it.
If I can read it, perhaps I can pronounce it better.
Yeah, you will.
Perhaps.
Read.
All right, read.
Wait.
You keep pronouncing it the same way. You just pause at different moments for saying cock. It's the same pronunciation.
All right, let me find this.
Paging,
Come on, Mars, you can do this.
Paging Dr. Freud.
Isn't it odd to have this kind of effect on people? It's just an odd thing.
I honestly don't think it's me. I think it's the name.
He's freaking out, though.
He pronounces everything else fine.
Why does he have to scroll so far to see my name? What's going on over there?
I don't know. I'm looking for Steve's email.
Mars, go ahead.
You can do it.
Here, it's in big letters here.
Yeah, let me get.
All right.
There you go.
All right, now.
Yes, that's it.
Big fan of his. Let's see how you pronounce
Look
his
at the
name.
paper shaking. Look at the paper shaking.
David Duchovny?
Get out of here.
Wait,
You are just a wreck.
No, wait a minute. I could get this.
You are a mess.
Look at the paper.
Yeah, it's shaking.
You guys are no help.
David's uncomfortable in the corner now.
I know. It's just horrid.
Come on.
David Duchovny.
No. Something's happening.
Cacophony.
No.
Can someone say it once for me?
David Duchovny.
Say it once.
David Duchovny.
Duchovny.
There you go.
David Duchovny.
There you go.
Yes, you got it.
Right.
All right.
Finally.
Now do
Holy
something for
shit.
15 seconds and try it again. Or now say it again.
We'll come back
I'll say
to
it
you.
again, right?
Now, who you like, the Jets or the Giants?
The Cox.
What's his name?
Knew it.
Summer school, son.
What a mess.
Well, why don't you ask him a question, though?
Ask him a question.
Yeah.
This season,
About Californication or... Yeah.
This season in Californication, are you gonna? I'm lost, man.
Yeah, that's all right.
You know,
It's all right.
This is great. He's
What,
a
you want him to
mess.
give out the last
What
episode?
do you want to see? What do you
well,
like?
I want you to get that chick back that stole your story.
My Mia.
She's
Mia.
a little,
Good old
she's a
Mia.
little bitch.
Well, she comes back this year.
The character is.
Yes.
The character is.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
You don't know her personally, right, Mark?
No, not at all.
No. No, Madeline
weren't
Zima.
sure.
Madeline Zima is the actress. Can you say that? Madeline Zima.
Madeline Zima.
Yeah, she's the actress. She's terrific. She does come back this year. You'll get more of her.
No, but do you get your
My revenge?
Yes.
In a manner of speaking, I do. It is a
give it
storyline
away.
that
These are great questions. Can you tell me exactly what's going to happen? So there's no reason to watch it.
Mars, she had a nice body, right?
She's
First time she got naked on the
Yeah, she was
Californication,
sexy
huh?
girl. Very sexy girl. Yeah. You're quite a character, man.
Thank you.
I'm sure he thinks the same of you.
Do you write yourself in
No.
like that?
No. That's I don't do any of the writing.
That's pretty nice, man.
Yeah.
You're one gigolo.
Is it funny?
Very funny,
Yeah.
very good. It hits. I'm about your age, I guess.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't want to talk about that.
All right.
I'm 40 and I have kids and stuff, and all the stuff that you.
Wow, dude, he freaking
If you ever do a play called David Duchovny Stuck in an Elevator, like this would literally be the conversation.
This is like a Chris Farley moment.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Yeah, remember we did that? That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
It's hot in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a mess.
Yeah.
That's it about Californication?
Yeah, that's all I have.
That's cool, Mars. I appreciate it.
See?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I didn't know I was coming in here for this, so.
Oh, really?
You weren't prepared.
I would have prepared.
All right.
Charlie Rose.
That's right.
He thought he was coming in for Charlie Cock.
All right, Mars, you're off the hook.
Yeah, all right, get out of here. Maniac.
Thanks, Mars.
Jesus Christ.
He's great on the air. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, have we plugged what night of the week?
Oh, Sundays at 10 on Showtime.
Sundays at 10 on Showtime. Thank you.
10 Showtime.
I couldn't trust that to Mars. Could I?
No. Sunday on Cock Time.
Cock o'clock.
10 o'clock.
What does Mars do here?
He's an engineer.
He's actually the engineer. He keeps all this stuff running.
Really?
It's like spinning plates.
He's smarter than us.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing about
He's
that
on
whole
a different
thing.
wavelength.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all that energy that normally goes into remembering people's names goes into equipment and maintenance and
good.
stuff. So, yeah, it's much better that way. Why don't we let
we'll take a
David
break. Yeah,
go?
Dave,
We'll
I'm
take
sure you're a
break.
busy
We
man,
could
David, right?
Probably
Not today.
promoting.
Oh, well.
No, you're not promoting anything
I'm
today?
promoting.
I mean,
No. I just wanted to come here and do this.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I like you
Very
guys.
nice of
Well,
him.
he might be here when we get back.
Yeah.
If he wants to.
Yeah.
If he's gone, then
Yeah.
you know he didn't want to.
I just
David
screwed
Duchovny's,
myself.
If he's gone, he's David Duchovny.
I think we could call him a friend of the show. Californication, Sundays at 10 on Showtime. We'll continue.
Party. Come to my house, we'll have a 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 party. Party.
Derek.
You missed it, Bill.
That's
awesome.
They remixed your Swedish thing. Bill Burr was in Sweden doing a little stand-up there, David. David Duchovny still in studio. Californication, Sundays at 10 on Showtime. And check this little figure out. Ratings were up 57% from last year's numbers.
Ooh. Yes.
You don't even have to be here to promote with numbers like that.
Well, I attribute it to you, to the
Ah.
show, to the fact that I was going to come on.
You guys were talking music over there, Bill?
Well,
Yeah, just drums. I was just saying, if you want to learn how to play an instrument, all you got to do is just go onto YouTube and literally whatever, if you have a guitar song you want to learn how to play, you just type in the song and you just write guitar lesson, and you'll find some creep out there who'll show you how to play it.
Some creep.
Oh, they're all creeps. And then everybody
Have a
says,
video on the web,
you're
you're a
playing it
creep."
wrong. This guy sucks. Epic fail. And all that dumb shit. It's fucking annoying. And then they never have the balls to put a video up themselves.
Right.
what is epic fail?
I
You
don't
don't know
it's
the epic fail
Yeah,
yet? No.
yeah. It's one of those things when somebody, just fails at doing something.
It's an epic.
I guess somebody wrote it the first time, and then everybody has the exact
There's a
same
whole site. There's
criticism.
a whole website. The guy has a site for just fail. It's either fail.com or they're hysterical.
Failblog.org or
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you basically they got this website like failblog.something or other.
It's all people just fucking up.
Yeah,
failing
people
at
getting hit in the
whatever.
balls.
Failing at whatever, right.
Drinking glass of water, fail. He like cuts his mouth open. It's like every fucking thing you could possibly fail at.
And 5,000 shots of guys getting hit in the nuts.
That was great.
I was writing a check and the pen tap hit me in the balls. It's vicious.
Yeah, but that's funny
Check
every
writing
time. Though.
fail.
It
Epic.
is.
Ball shots are funny every time.
Yeah,
that was that
Every
joke.
time.
That's a joke that bombed when I did the Tonight Show. The first one I opened with was talking about watching people getting bit by poisonous snakes.
Now that's
and that
funny.
was the punchline. That's what you get, you dumb bitch. And everybody's looking at me like I'm a maniac. But
You're mean.
Yeah.
That comedian's mean. This is the Jay Leno show. Why is he so mean?
no, people getting attacked by animals.
He should do Kimmel.
People getting attacked by animals is the greatest way to truly understand their power, because if a lion attacks another lion, it's even.
Yeah.
I want to see what if
Have you
I
ever seen
walked in there.
You ever seen the moose trample the guy to death in front of like 20 people? There's a moose trapped in a fence. So everybody's outside the fence. Let's watch the moose. It's inside this little corral, however it got in there. and just one guy. I gotta go.
I gotta be
closer to the moose.
Dr. Doolittle.
And he knocks him
Dr.
over,
Doolittle, yeah.
and he just fucking stomps on him until he's dead, and everyone's got their cell phones out there doing this. And now it's on YouTube.
Of course you're going to do that.
Moose rescue, epic fail. Like, that's basically how it works.
He thought it was Bullwinkle.
Yeah, that's what they do. They get this misconception that these animals are friendly for some reason. And they can walk up to them.
Yeah.
And one of the best ones I ever saw was a woman. I guess it was in Russia where they just treat bears horribly. Make them ride the bicycle. I don't want to do this.
Their paws are nailed to the fucking pedals.
Yeah. And then they put a muzzle on this one. Thank God, because this woman is sitting next to this bear, and she looks at it, and the bear kind of looks at her. And just grabs her and like belts her 3 times in the face. She falls over, and you could just see the strength of this thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if it didn't have the muzzle on, it was dead.
Yeah.
Epic bear pet fail.
You ever see the lion eat the father? And there's a
What?
Yeah, you go on. This is an easy one to find on YouTube. There's a family.
Just type in lion eat father.
Yeah, sure, it's on there.
There it is. And the
Lion father fail.
And you can learn how to play it on guitar too.
Yeah, that's a new song. Yeah.
That's a great one. The lion, he gets out to take a picture of a lion. They're in a car. They're on a safari. And when he gets out, this female lion just walks up behind him. Gentle as could be. She pushes him down on the ground. And then they all just eat him. And the family's in the car.
Cannot be real.
It's real.
Everybody says that one's fake.
Yeah, that's a fake
Who says
one.
it's fake?
Everybody.
Pull it up and watch it.
Fake, totally fake.
I don't know. That's
I love that. Fake, totally fake. Your dick, totally fake.
You can see the edit.
Yeah, it's good. You pay attention to any of the critics on the internet? You got,
no, because
like
it's
that.
hard to not remember awful things that people say.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget nice things.
Very good point. Yeah.
So I try and stay away. Sometimes it's not possible, but I
I've been in battles with people that, and then I go, why am I doing this?
Why are you wasting
Why
time?
am I doing this?
Here's
because
what you have
They're
to
not
know.
going to change their
I just
mind.
think whoever the worst somebody will say, some voice inside me will say, they're right.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Really?
You know what you have to know?
They figured it out.
doesn't matter.
Damn it! They're on to me.
It doesn't matter what you do. Someone's going to find a problem with it. You cure cancer and stuff. That's the fucking worst cure for cancer ever. Fucking jerk off. Anyone could have done that. Anyone with a typewriter can weigh in now. That's
Cure
the problem.
fail.
Yeah.
With the typewriter? How old are you?
Fuck.
Everyone with the typewriter.
Jump fail.
And then my 50-year-old
Jump
kid.
epic fail.
Vinny typewriter fell. Fucking Vinny.
Yeah, anonymity
And you were
is the
killing
problem.
too.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
people don't have to be responsible for looking you in the eye and saying something.
Yeah,
Because
used
that's
to-
a real human thing. And when you're not doing that, when you can just hide under the cover of darkness or internet.
Always complain about that. It's like there's no accountability. People can say whatever they want. I think a lot of people get facts from the internet just because it's written and it's typed and it's a nice font and it has
Listen.
maybe a sporty looking website, and then you're like, oh, it's got to be true.
My son, years ago, the internet just comes out, and he's doing a homework assignment, and he has to do a report on lions, and he's got a picture of a tiger on this fucking report. And I go, Vinny, that's a tiger. And he goes, no, I got that off the internet. That's a lion. I got that from lion.com. I'm like, you fucking jerk off. That's a tiger.
It was
And I
under
said to
not
him,
a lion.
This is what he said to me. I'm not making this up. I go, Vinny, does it look like a tiger? He goes, yeah. He goes, but these people on the internet are a lot smarter than me and you.
That's why he's smoking pot now.
Report fail.
That's why they. Yeah, that's. But somebody writes something in a blog and. Like the news will even pick it up sometimes, and it's totally fake. It's false, and then they got to. We're sorry, we were misled and stupid.
Yeah,
We Googled that.
Then
They
you
got a
can't put
video.
it back in the bottle, though.
No. A lot of times a rumor will just get out like that. Yeah.
But some people go on there and they're just trying to when somebody just like totally loves somebody or loves a video, it is funny to write something bad about it.
Just to see
oh
how
my god, that
pissed
puppy is so cute. I hope he gets rabies. And they'd be like, that is so mean. And then you can just get them going. It's like you're bored. You just want to piss people
It's
off.
fun to do.
Yeah.
It's like the prank call of now.
And people
You can
want to
just
read the
fuck with
bad shit.
people.
They don't want to read the good shit. They want to read that one comment that says 500 good things and that sucked, and that's what they read.
Had it so many times though, where there used to be so many message boards about this show and stuff and then we just stopped acknowledging them for a while. Still go to a few of them and stuff, and I think they've settled down a lot more than they used to. But It was just you'd get on there and you'd feel good about what you did that day, and then you just be like, you read one post, it's like, they used to be so much better back when they did this, and Anthony used to do this, and then list like these imitations I used to do of everyone that's dead now. It's like, sorry, I can't help it that every imitation I was able to do in my life, they're all dead now.
His Monica Lewinsky was amazing.
yeah. So what am I going to do? Sorry, I can't go, well, yes. Sorry, Reagan's dead. Now it's like on his birthday, when a Nancy Reagan story comes up, then I can pull Reagan
You got to
out.
work on your Obama impression.
Yeah, I think I've been doing that. He's got a kind of a staccato cadence to his speech.
Let me hear that.
No, I'm not ready for it yet.
Okay.
Not ready for it yet,
prime
David.
time.
Okay.
David
All right.
Duchovny.
I apologize.
He was so nervous. Mars couldn't take being in the same room.
Bring him back in.
He was
made me
freaking
nervous.
out. Didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't he make you like?
Thought he was going to take a swing at me or something.
he would. He's a martial artist.
I saw that. I saw that on his T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's how you know. That's
You
how
know
you know
by reading the T-shirt.
Yeah.
That maybe
You know that he's at least a yellow belt.
There's something about his build and his haircut. You can tell he's not just a fan.
Yeah.
Like if I put on a UFC shit, be like, oh, he likes it. He pays for the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Do you do anything like as far as
fighting,
protection, fighting, things like that?
I boxed for a while.
Did you?
I haven't done it for a while because I screwed up my hand, but I actually had a couple of fights, with gloves on.
Really?
Shit.
Yeah.
Did you win?
That's a nasty sport.
I think I was 0-1-1.
Yeah.
I
don't like getting punched. It hurts.
No,
it makes you feel silly.
Well,
but we're going to do this for fun.
I'm
it's a sport.
I'm like the thinking man's boxer, which means like I get hit and I think, what am I doing?
Yeah. Why am I in here?
I don't need to do this.
Yeah, I'm
be an
thinking
actor.
too much in here. I'm thinking I shouldn't be in here.
Exactly.
And it was. It's funny. It's a sport. Well, I think like most sports, they're very hard to take up when you're older. If you didn't do it as a kid, especially these instinctual games, which most sports are, and boxing is it's a lot like dancing, except you're getting hit while you're doing it. And
Except your partner's really mad at you.
That's still how I dance.
That's the way I used to think of it. It's like here we are dancing, and occasionally we're going to try and hit one another. And you just never stop thinking when you take it up old. You never stop thinking left, right, and you just never get that good.
After all that beating up, do you do the whole hug? Good match.
There's a lot of love after that because the truth is you can't actually have a fight unless somebody agrees to fight you. So you have respect and gratitude for that person for giving you the chance to get hit.
Great.
I didn't hug anybody at Springsteen.
Somebody gave me great advice. I did that for a minute. Like, you just like, look at these boxers. They're shredded. I'm going to go to Gleason's gym and start boxing. And Charlie Murphy, I told him I was going down there to do it. And he goes, well, listen. He goes, if somebody tells you, he goes, they're going to try to get you in the ring because they need fresh meat down there. He goes, I'm telling you, it's like he was like saw the future. He goes, you're going to be there for about 3 weeks, and he's like, yo, someone's going to come up on you and start saying, yo, you're kind of nice in there. You ought to get in there. And literally that's what happened. I'm the whitest dude ever, like, and this shredded black dude's like, yeah, man, you got some skills. You do comedy? You'd never know that. You should get in the ring. He just needs to practice some shit that he's not ready to do in a pro yet.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be able to block it. Like, what happens if I do this? Yeah. It's like,
he'd look at you and you'd start bleeding, by the way.
Yeah.
You look like a bleeder.
All us Irish guys.
You would just cut so easy.
But you never quit.
Yeah.
If you can't do anything for yourself, you're still coming. Don't stop what you stopping for.
Yeah.
Fucking nose is over by your ear.
You ever see those fights with like that real Irish guy and a black guy? And the Irish guy is just covered in blood.
Bit of a bleeder.
Oh, Tex Cobb.
And the black guy looks like
Chuck Webner, right?
He's fresh out of the
Old
locker
school
room.
boxer, Chuck Webner.
Chuck Webner, I remember.
Tex Cobb, bleeder.
But white guys look so much worse when they bleed.
Tex
Getting
Cobb
out of there.
could fight,
White
yeah.
Jerry Quarry would never quit.
Quarry,
Jerry Quarry was a great fighter.
He was. Yeah, he had, but he just had he had the problem of when he came up, there were so many great guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he had to fight.
He was also a little small. He was like a light heavyweight, and he was fighting.
What about Jerry Cooney?
Cooney had skills.
Looney Cooney.
From Huntington.
Yeah.
Peter McNeely.
Boy.
Used to see him. McNeely was another one. Yeah, up in
He used to do our radio show.
Peter
Bill.
McNeely.
He fought Tyson.
David just goes, no.
I mean, he could kick my ass in 10 seconds.
But no.
Yeah, he got to fight Tyson, though. Come on.
Yeah.
Tyson in his prime.
You ever have to get into any altercations, though? Because, you and Tail walking around.
No, not in a long time.
Yeah?
No.
They leave you alone?
Yeah.
What about paparazzi?
Yeah, they're around.
Yeah?
Sure. Yeah, they
You
tend
fuck
to,
with them, or you just like, you let them do what they're going to do? Or
yeah, I guess you just have to let them do it. I suppose it's legal. But what they do now is when they have a video camera, they'll ask really nasty things, and then then you're not. I don't react, but I guess then they can play it because the audio is them asking really nasty things, and that's amusing.
It kind of It kind of makes
then your
them look.
reaction to how much of that, like some of that stuff, like with like the paparazzi, how much of that is like, because you hear sometimes stars tell them where they're gonna be, like,
Holy shit.
yeah, 'cause just, no, I'm just asking, just because like there's like some like super famous people, like you never see like whatever Steve Buscemi, you never see him coming out of a Starbucks wearing Uggs, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and it's just like they're the paparazzi, they're not the CIA.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, but it's like they're the paparazzi. They're not the CIA. Like, at what level do you get to when then you can't control it anymore?
You can never control it, but it was funny because this summer we were in Malibu. And we go to this beach all the time because I was shooting the show, and I get uptight when they take pictures of my kids. But there's nothing you can do. And they published some picture of me in the surf with Tay and the kids, and it was a really nice picture. And I was like, let's get that one framed.
Saving some money here on family photographs.
That's our Christmas card.
Because normally one of us would have to be holding the camera. So, hey, we got a group shot here. We don't have many of those.
You don't tip them off, though. Like, if you're doing the show, you let them know you're shooting, right? They know you're going to be shooting in a location or whatever.
You mean on a location? No,
Yeah.
that's public knowledge. They can find out. They can call whatever the bureau is that takes care of locations.
But you don't want your publicist to call you, come get shots from People magazine?
No.
No?
Some of the stars do that though.
They have to.
They play along with the
I tell
paparazzi
people
to a point.
nonstop. No one shows up.
No one would
we got
give a
the
shit.
we got the Peter McNeely fight on the screen. That's what I was
is that what you're
reacting
laughing
to.
at?
Oh my god, he barely lasted 2 minutes in there with Tyson.
Yeah, he got his
minute
ass
20, I
handed to
think.
him.
It's coming up right here. Watch what Tyson does to McNeely.
Let's see this one.
Gave him a nice headbutt there.
Tyson.
Yeah, watch what Tyson does.
Oh yeah. God, those were the old days with Tyson.
Good night.
Jesus. Don't get up. Stay down, Hurricane.
Look at him.
He got right back up, though. Tom.
Yeah, did he?
There you
Look at his eyes.
I should be
Fail. Boxing fail.
Epic
boxing fail.
Fail.
Yo, that's a great ref right there. He's just like, no, you're going to get killed.
Look at Bob Kelly. Bob Kelly's talking to the guy.
Dude, you know, man, you lasted 2 minutes, dude.
You're done with the fight. You get a cup of coffee. Boom, you're done. It is Bob Kelly. It kind of looks like him. Jesus Christ. What happened?
Dude, we're in Vegas. We're going to have a good time.
Dude. Yeah, that was in the... God damn.
That was 95.
You didn't give a shit that you paid for pay-per-view and knew you weren't even getting 3 minutes out of the pay-per-view. You just wanted to see Tyson come barreling out of a corner and destroy somebody.
I gave a shit about that one. That was a bad one to get.
Well, that one was, but you got it, or at least you went to a friend's
I
house
got
to
all
watch
of them. I got
it.
the Michael Spinks one,
Yeah.
where he punched his pancreas, and he hit him in the body, and the fight was over.
The problem with that, I knew that fight was over because Spink showed up with the tube socks that I wore in 8th grade basketball. It's like he got those from Paragon. I know he did.
That's not good.
He's going to wear those home. It's obvious he's not going to get him sweaty.
Wow, Muhammad Ali was already a little slow. 1988. They just showed him in the ring with giant glasses. And a young Donald Trump in the ring, too.
Joke. Forget how long ago this crap was.
1988.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
No, that's one of the best DVDs you ever get, or compilation like the YouTube was still just
check out
the
his
Tyson
socks
knockouts.
And they
check
go
out
down.
Spinks'
Yeah.
socks later on. I'm telling you, it's 8th grade basketball.
This is just really amazing how you can mention something now and then just watch it.
Yeah.
Like years ago, you were just fucked. Hey, remember that? Yeah. Mental picture, mental picture, mental picture. Now it's like, boom, you pop it right up on the screen.
That was the same with movies when they had to stay out in the theater to see
movies. Or remember,
back in the day, if you missed a movie, you missed it.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll come on 6
in
years.
5 years, you might see it on TV. You know, a CBS world premiere movie,
Star Wars.
Yeah, but it would take years to get on TV. And then the other thing was when you're like, what was that actor's name in that movie? And you toil over it for days sometimes. And now you're like, IMDb.
Yeah.
boom, this, that.
Duchovny.
All right. It was David Duchovny was in that.
You know what I found the other day? Late night, I'll be on YouTube, and I don't know, you just start remembering stuff from your childhood. I found the clip where the $6 million man fights the $7 million man, and he punched his face off. He punches his face off. His face falls off, and there's all these wires.
$7 million man was paid by Ted Williams.
He punches his face off, and then conveniently, the guy.
I didn't know there was a $7 million.
No, I didn't know either. I know
great.
he fought Bigfoot.
No, he fought the $7 million man. That was a big thing. Like, oh my God, this guy's worth $1 million more. How's he gonna beat him? It was like the new iPhone was fighting the old one, and he punches his face off, and the guy's like, it's coming at him, and it just conveniently happens to be a steel girder from a skyscraper there, and he impales him with it. It's awesome. No, wait, I didn't find it up. I made a reference to it on my podcast, and then within 20 minutes, somebody sent me the link.
Yeah, that's great.
And they had it up there. Dude, and I was trying to explain to somebody younger, you got to understand, there was no cable. There was no internet. You have. This blew my fucking mind when I was 6 years old. Someone will find it. One of your listeners.
It really is something though, because anything you could bring up
right
anything and remember something like God. Whenever we wanted to watch that Archie Bunker clip about when he's talking about handing out guns to prevent hijackings and then collecting the guns back, and then bam, there it was on the any clip from a show. It just really is amazing.
And David was right about the Michael Spinks tube socks.
Yeah,
they were, they were way up to his freaking knees.
He doesn't look like a boxer.
No.
No, he didn't fight like one either in that fight. Wow.
Ew.
Pancreas. Oh, there it is, the $7 million man.
He found it.
Are you kidding me?
Watch, he's going to punch his face off.
Oh, it's a promo for a toy.
Oh,
wait a minute. That's the picture. Here it is.
Oh, that music is horrible.
Okay, the guy on the left is worth $7 million.
He doesn't look it.
He doesn't look like he's in shape for $7 million.
For $7 million,
it's that guy.
His arms should bend.
Yeah, we've seen that guy.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Yeah, for $7 million, his arms should bend.
This is the longest fight ever.
That guy was in the Andromeda strain.
Here he goes.
Where's his?
There goes his face.
Oh, damn.
Look how lame the face is. You should get something better for $7 million.
Oh, no.
That gave me nightmares.
There's barely any wiring back
There's
there.
a steel girder.
But they're in the middle of nowhere. Why is the steel girder in the middle of nowhere? They're in the desert.
Watch this. Oh, he impales him.
Wow.
Oh, no. He's not coming back from that. $7 million fail.
Shot to shit.
Epic fail. No face fail.
I hope he was insured.
Oh, he picks up the face.
But the face looked pliable when it was on him.
Yeah. And now it's not moving.
It's got rigor now.
That's the fucking funniest thing I've ever seen.
Wow.
People watched that show?
Oh, dude, it was incredible.
That show was huge.
I hope they're not YouTubing the X-Files like that.
Out of context.
Oh, my God. Look how lame
Remember with
that
David
is.
Duchovny?
No, that was awesome.
Oh, that's hysterical, though. How bad was television?
They owe you money, don't they, David?
Who?
The X-Files?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Well, you better check.
I got some wrong info then.
That was a while ago.
Okay, that's old school.
Yeah.
You guys figured that one out.
By the way, one of my favorites.
We did.
On the second run when you got the $11 check, you're like, yeah, I think it should be a little higher than that.
One of my favorite clips though of X-Files when you got that goop all over you and that underground thingy and you said something like you're ready to lose your cool demeanor or something.
Oh yeah, that was early on.
Yeah,
that was early on.
That was a good clip though, very funny.
Some bodily fluid.
Yeah,
that I didn't want on me.
They didn't want on me, of course. Oh, this is when he fights Bigfoot, and we found out that's Andre the Giant in the suit.
I think we're still arguing over that point. Is it definitely Andre?
We checked IMDb.
Yeah, it's Andre.
Gotta be
He's credited as.
All right, he is credited
as being Sasquatch.
Yeah.
And why are they watching that? Why wouldn't you have a square TV? Like, I can understand this is supposed to be futuristic, but the TV is very inconveniently diamond shaped.
That's a weird shape. Yeah,
it's not a good aspect ratio.
I would have loved to see them shooting the shit in between takes.
Well, I'm telling you,
dressed as Sasquatch with his legs crossed.
We had a couple times where, again on the X-Files, because we would add stuff like this, but there was an episode where later in the run where I had to fight it was all the repressed stuff from this perfect community that was going into the sewers, and it had created this horrible being because everybody was acting perfectly and repressing.
I remember that one.
And this thing comes out of the shit monster, basically.
Yeah.
Comes out of the and he's the return of the repressed. He's killing people in this perfect community because they're not dealing with their, desires as humans or whatever the point was. But anyway, it's building to the climax of this horrible shit monster that I'm going to have to throw down with, right? So we get to that point, and there are people around watching us film. And this guy comes out, this poor guy. He's a big guy, not like Andre the Giant, but a big guy in a suit. And he looked as bad as that $6 million stuff. And then I had to act like I was afraid of him in front of people, and that hurt my feelings. But the director was really angry because he had thought that the creature was going to look tougher and scarier.
Yeah.
But he actually said, and this is a classic line, and I'm sure it'll get beeped. But he said,
No, we're on satellite.
He said, that guy doesn't look scary. He looks like the man who fucked Mrs. Butterworth. That's what he kind of looked like. He was a glass bottle full of maple syrup.
Wow.
So I had to act scared of the man who looked like he fucked Mrs. Butterworth.
And did he say within earshot of the guy who was dressed up that way?
He probably knew he looked like shit.
The guy had, he had so much latex on him. I don't think he could hear anything, and he couldn't really move. He was slow moving. Like when I would watch the horror movies when I was a kid, I was terrified of Dracula because he had moves and he was slick. He could fly. He was quick. But Frankenstein, I always thought I could get away.
I could probably run.
Guy moved to 1 mile an hour.
Backpedal.
Frankenstein and the Mummy.
Yeah, the Mummy is stupid.
But the werewolf and Dracula, I had to give up. They had me.
they nailed you. Yeah.
We got a couple people on the phone. Graham in Pennsylvania. What's up? Talking to David Duchovny from California.
Hi, Graham.
Hey, I got a question for David Duchovny there.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to know, as an actor, can you still watch a movie or a TV show and be affected emotionally, or do you just see people working?
Well, that's a good question. I both. Depends on. I try to. I want to enjoy other people's work in movies and television and stuff, and sometimes it's hard to distance yourself from the fact that you know how it's made and everything like that. But a great piece of work is still going to be moving and funny and that. So I would hope so, because I want to enjoy stuff as much as anybody.
What have you liked recently? Anything out there that was got you?
Let's take a no on that one.
Well,
I think we just knocked his face off. There was that one show.
There is something, but I'm not remembering. I do like stuff. I
like stuff.
Yeah.
But how often do you sit there and you're looking at something going, oh, God, that's like a 3-day shoot. He's got to wear that
Or
itchy
you ever do, yeah.
It's mostly when I watch my stuff and when old stuff comes on, like old X-Files stuff, I'll go, oh man, I had such bad gas during that scene.
Really remember those little moments?
It's like watching home movies.
Yeah.
I go, oh yeah, I had the lasagna that day. Yeah, I remember that. That was 4 a.m. that shot. Look at that, I'm asleep. Look at that.
You watch stuff and just think, oh, that guy's a hack.
Yes, I watch it with my wife, and she's always very kind, because I honestly believe that I'm like a slow builder, learner in this business, and when I started, I was green, and I sucked, and I was lucky enough to get to go to work every day for 9 years and get better. But we'll look at old stuff, and I'll say, oh my God, that guy up there, that guy is horrible.
You really noticed that big a difference between the first few X-Files and the
well,
end of
it's different, because I think I had a lot of energy, and I really wanted to do well, and there's a certain kind of eagerness.
Yeah, the character almost had that in him.
And I think that works.
Yeah.
But in terms of skill or competence or craft, is horrible.
And then you got into directing also, which now. Yeah. That obviously learned just watching directors?
Yeah. Well, watching, just being on set and and seeing that you can do it. That I guess the most important thing to learn as a director is you don't have to know everybody else's job. You just have to hire people that are good at their jobs and let them do their job. At first I thought, I got to know how to light, I got to know how to do craft service, I got to know how to do everything, but you don't. You just have to hire good people.
Yeah, because anytime I've watched people doing a shoot. It's like the director kind of, I don't know, other people are doing everything, and the director's just kind of like,
kind of taking a look at it. Yeah, that looks good.
It looks good. Let it roll.
Let's move on to the next one.
You just have to work on saying action really commandingly.
Yeah, and making,
Action.
The director's big job is taking credit.
Rolling with the iron fist.
Everybody wants to talk to David. Let's go to Mark in Philly. Mark.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey, man.
Mark.
Hey, David, I just realized that you've been on the show for pretty much an hour, which went by really quick. And I just wanted to say you're fucking awesome on the show. We all enjoy you, and hopefully we can hear more of you in the months and years to come. Good luck with Californication.
Thanks a lot. When I directed a movie years ago called House of D, and we went down to the Philadelphia Film Festival, and I really hadn't been down to Philly ever, and I really enjoyed it down there. So thank you for that.
Philly is pretty unique as a city. It's one of those kind of standout cities.
Yeah.
Oh, they're animals down there. They really are just brutal.
Yeah.
There's two Phillies. There's the nice Philly, and then there's the outside.
And then evil Philly.
Yeah. This is nice. That's Ben Franklin's first pair of glasses. Stab.
What about the frame of his house?
Quaint in so many areas.
What about the frame of his old house? It's not even his house anymore.
Oh, Ben
It's like
Franklin's
this
house?
is sort of what it looked like.
Yeah, they have like posts and
then
a
you-
fake roof
and then
with
you-
just sticks.
And then you
it's like,
walk
yeah,
and they're like, well, this part was the kitchen. But
Yeah.
there's nothing that...
Nothing there.
Now they're digging up George Washington's house.
Well, we all know Franklin ordered out a lot. He didn't,
He didn't even cook. You can tell. Yeah, that's it. It's like, what the fuck
That's
is
it.
that?
He ordered from ye old California Pizza Kitchen.
That is one of the worst tourist attractions I've ever seen in my life.
Horrible.
Did it burn down, or they just didn't think enough to
It was
save his
old.
house?
Yeah, I don't think they knew back then.
A
It's like,
gigantic bifocal house.
we're taking down Franklin's house tomorrow. Who gives a shit?
Right.
And then a couple of hundred years goes by, and you're like, oh, maybe we should.
Why'd you do that?
Should have saved that.
Could have made some money off of it.
Let's go to Mike in Lindenhurst. Mike.
Hey, I just wanted to ask David, what was it like to be the FBI agent in drag on Twin Peaks and how he got that role?
Oh, that's going
That's
way
going
back.
way fucking
yeah.
back.
Damn.
That role was, I believe, originally written for James Spader, who for some reason couldn't do it when it came time to shoot it. So they just sent out this big casting call. I hadn't really done much at the time. And I went in, and I remember bringing a nail file into the audition, like that was going to be my drag. And somehow I got it.
This is going to be great.
Yeah. I was one of those young actors. Nail file. Yes. I'm brilliant. And then I didn't even use it. I just kind of held it like a ice cream stick the whole time.
You walk in, there's 10 guys online with nail files.
Oh, no.
Damn it.
So I got it, and then I nared my legs. That was an interesting experience. We nared my legs in the trailer, and I remember I was working out at a gym at that point in West Hollywood.
Ooh.
And I remember going in with what I was referring to as fur shorts at that point.
Oh, because you only had to nair up to a certain
Exactly.
point.
It was a bad look.
Yeah, especially at a gym.
Yeah, especially at that gym. And
oh, shit.
From here up, I'm all man.
That's you?
Wow. David's like, oh, no.
Now you're sad it's radio.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my God.
That's hysterical.
Go to the legs, though.
You're a good-looking broad.
I think I know why James Spader wasn't available.
Yeah, James Spader went, what?
I had a good personality.
Wow. That is hysterical.
It was a great character. The idea was that I was a DEA agent that had gone undercover drag to make a bust and liked it. So I stayed. Is that the only clip you have?
With your bedroom eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really kind of a nice entrance there. I had no idea. Look at that.
At that point, I remember just getting a call to play a transvestite. I got the sides. They semed very. What's this? This is me telling the story.
Yeah,
look at that.
Yeah, that you just told on
Sorry to repeat myself.
Well, it's weird. You kind of look like Linda Hamilton from Terminator.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I think she had bigger guns.
I see that.
Just a little bit.
Let's go to Matt on Long Island. Matt.
Hey, Duke Cockney, have you
Yeah,
ever
that's me.
X-Files dialogue into Californication, like Truth is Out There or something like that?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I'll work at some X-File lines.
Oh, like sneak in a line for some of the fans or something.
No, I try not to do stuff like that. I always find, it kind of takes you out of whatever show you're doing. But
That's true.
if it works, it works. I mean, if there was a reference to the X-Files in the show, it might work. But I don't know. I don't think so. I'd like to keep them separate. Keep them separated.
Well, I'm a big fan of Duke Cockney. I love you.
I appreciate that.
We get it. Jesus. Just back from Afghanistan.
Yeah, this might be good. All right, let me say hi to, wow, a little compliment for you. Scott in St. Louis.
Hey, ladies, how you doing?
Oh, good, Scott.
Hey, David, I want to thank you for Californication. It's a fantastic show. I just got back from my latest deployment to Afghanistan, and I work in Intel, sitting in the ops center, had Californication on the computer while operations are going down. I had comedy and porn and people getting killed. It was fantastic.
It was perfect.
What a great military we have. Gonna kill that Al-Qaeda guy. Hang on. TiVo the show.
Isn't that great? You could just watch TV and wipe a few people out. Why not?
Chris in Pennsylvania wants to know if you could start watching Californication now and not be lost. Yeah, I think you could.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. It's a comedy. It's not really. It's not.
Are the other seasons out?
They are.
It's not lost. Yeah,
it's not lost. It's not heroes. It's not plot driven that way.
Right,
You can
right.
certainly
Absolutely.
enjoy that.
Jump right in.
Yeah.
Start laughing.
Yeah, we have
Good.
no plot. You know,
There's nothing.
Just keep the laughs coming.
Yeah.
Who picks the music for the show?
Mostly Tom Capanos.
Some good choices.
Yeah,
there.
he's a guitar player himself, and he's got really good. And I like to get involved in the music
Yeah,
too.
right on. Yeah, did they put out a CD of the music?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
that's something I should pick up.
Yeah,
a lot of covers and stuff. Really
Good
good covers
covers.
of really good rock songs.
Yeah.
I think we're heading to the finish line. Ed.
Yeah, very nice. It's Friday. Let's get the fuck out of
Friday.
here and begin the weekend.
All right. Well, thanks for having me.
No problem. Give the big plug there.
Californication Sundays at 10 on Showtime. Anything else you're promoting, David?
Not right now. I'll come back though.
All right. No Twitter, none of that crap.
I don't tweet or twat or anything.
It is a weird thing, that whole social networking thing.
Yeah. Well, I did a movie with Demi Moore that'll come out, and I'll come back and promote that when it does. But she's a big tweeter.
Oh yeah, she's
She's
one of the most
Ashton
popular
Kutcher are
ones.
like
Yeah.
ridiculous with their
Husband.
tweeting.
I don't think they're married.
Twitter.
Yeah.
I can't say tweeting. It's got to be twittering. Tweeting is just
tweet.
Twittering's bad enough. Just
Yeah.
doing it is bad enough.
I feel like an old fuddy-duddy when I poo-poo it, though. I don't even know what I'm talking
Why
about.
you kids and your computerized?
I'm one of the only people left on MySpace at this point.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
still on it. That's gone.
You want to be the last one to leave.
It is your space, Bill.
Yeah, I really.
It's now called Bill's Space.
No, I refuse to go to Facebook. I'm like, I'm not going to go add the same 30,000 douchebags. It's the same fucking people, and they're acting like they're all. No, these are the cool
By the way,
random people.
douchebags,
They're
Bill's
not.
playing 5 shows this weekend at the Stress Factory. He said, douchebags, come on out.
I'm sorry, am I trashing?
You're trashing your people.
I'm not.
Oh, they
They
know.
got better things to do.
You're going to do well, Vinny. Don't worry.
I just discovered texting.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's handy.
That was supposed to be funny.
And now it is.
Epic fail.
Do Cockney fail.
I had to go out with an epic fail.
No, you can't do
It was
that.
going so well.
That's not good. Let's say hi to Footer. Footer.
Hey, what's up, boys? Go fucking chicken. Hey, got a quick question for David Duchovny.
News guy said that
Oh.
on the air.
All right.
He
Sing
did?
the
Oh,
little
yeah.
longer. Hey, do some fucking rubes come up to you and like ask you like UFO questions and shit? Like you are the character.
Question.
Yeah, sometimes.
It's got to be.
Do you believe in UFOs?
Yeah, they ask me that all the
Yeah,
time.
that's the big one, right?
Yeah, do I believe in UFOs and that it was always just weird to me that they would confuse me with the character that way. But I came up with a theory a long time ago, which was that you know, there used to be this thing, Ship of Fools, where they would when their prisons would overrun back in the 16th, 17th century, they just put all the nutcases on a boat and send them out, and then they'd float around until they'd all kill each other, or they'd run across another boat and try to kill them. So that's the Ship of Fools out there, crazy people. It's a great idea, right?
That is fantastic.
So my theory is this: that alien civilizations have done exactly that. That they've taken all their offenders and
Refuse.
dentists. Because apparently all these aliens want to do is probe our anuses and drill our teeth.
Yeah, right.
So what the alien civilizations have done have taken all their sex offenders and dentists and put them on their alien ship of fools, and now they're around here.
And they sometimes bump into
they bump into us
the
and
planet.
they like to probe us.
And sexually assault us or ruin our teeth.
They really like our
That's a
heinies.
decent theory.
Wow.
It's not a bad theory, right? You like
Go
that
after
one?
I like
that
it.
one.
I
I'm
like
gonna
that
stick
old
with
school
that one.
stuff. Real like Ship. I used to go drinking in a bar, Ship of Fools, and I had no idea what it was. but they were actually kind of insulting me. That I
That
would
sounds
actually
like a
go
great
in there.
reality show. Just
yeah, you're right.
Ship out lunatics and then just have cameras everywhere.
See who they run into.
I got one for you. There's something I learned on the internet the other day. Is back in the day, they used to have, there was a street in England called Grope Cunt Lane, and it was literally where the prostitutes were.
David just looked out the window like, "Help me!"
No, that's where the prostitutes were.
Is this is a real story?
Yeah, and then politically corrected. They called it something like Grape Lane or something. I don't know. They switched it up. Go ahead, look it up. It's on Wikipedia. It's got to be true.
Well, in England, that word's a little more
You are
accepted.
at your destination.
Take the other nav system. The word's a lot more acceptable in England, apparently.
Yeah, right there.
than
There you
here.
go.
Well,
Isn't Grope Cunt was a street
Jesus,
found
you're
in
right.
English towns and cities during the Middle
I
Ages.
grew up on 11th Street and 2nd Avenue, and I will tell you that 12th between 2nd and 3rd was that lane.
That lane. There you go.
Yeah, that's where
Jimmy, he's had a
Jimmy
good
would hang out there.
He's
too.
had a couple good ones. We should end right
Yeah.
now.
No more.
I could go south at any moment.
All right, we got the plugs in. So Bill Burr, it was great seeing you. Are you around Monday?
Yeah, I'm going to come through.
You coming back through?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna come
good.
through.
Nice.
We try to get Bill on as
I'm going
much
to be
as possible.
hyping my town hall gig.
Really?
Now Vinny's going to be pissed.
No, don't say you're going to be in the area. No. Town hall is big and impersonal. Enjoy the show.
November 6th.
Vinny, your tickets they got to be good for the weekend.
They're selling very,
All
very
right,
well.
so-
Vinny's Stress Factory / Best Buy store that he has out there. He has like 58 flat screen TVs. Jerry Jones ripped off the big flat screen from him.
You do have a lot of TVs there.
Yeah.
Look at this. I'm
He
here
fucking
while
runs
you're
a great
filling up the
club.
backpack. This is
That's
serious.
Yeah, I know. Let's let David go. So
I am a get the hell out of here guy, man.
Yeah, it's Friday.
I run from this place on Friday.
Californication, Sundays at 10 on Showtime. We'll all be watching. David, it was a pleasure. Come back and
My
see
pleasure.
us soon, all right?
I will. Thank you.
And guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.
Party. Come to my house, we'll have a 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 party. Party.